There's some things that are just worth waiting for, particularly with this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Star 2023 WWE Predictions League. You know what this is on this simple brand for I am the Simple Man, and my name is Noah Foster. With me, of course, is a fully stacked panel tonight as we discuss the initial stop on the road to WrestleMania, where anything can happen, and the numbers is what defines the most. It's the Royal Rumble from San Antonio, Texas. The Alamo Dome gets the show once again as this tradition since 1988 for the 36th time comes ahead. So without further ado, I'm of course going to introduce my panel for the inauguration of 2023 No DQ Galaxy Predictions League. And shout out, of course, to the Nebula that I already sent the predictions form out to. So, of course, I'm going to first start with, he's the guy that I'm expecting all the stats with the best of class, and it gives you all the best rants on all things sports. A great friend, great contributor to the Jet Mission Network Multiverse Media, Step Boy
That's
Mikey
me. Hello, my
Cadwell.
internet
Mikey, how
fans.
are you?
I am very excited. As everyone has stated, the line is let's get ready to rumble. I can't wait for another 3 hours or another 4 hours. I've got my snacks. I've got my jerky. I've got my candy. I just need a nicer shirt on to wear because I'm going simple. But like I said, I've been doing the homework. I've got the numbers. Let's get this show started.
There's nothing that brings a bigger heart to me than seeing pure excitement in professional wrestling. Damn it! But I digress. Speaking of that, there you go. Speaking of that, founder, creator, owner, chairman, commissioner, insert title here of the Meltdown Wrestling League that I believe I'm still the world champion for, my great friend, Horseman of Predictions, Jeff Chadwick. Jeff, good to see you again as we start 2023. How are you?
I'm fantastic. This pay-per-view, the Royal Rumble, has always been my favorite pay-per-view of the year. And it's just, having you guys here makes it even better because this is going to get nuts. Someone's going to go flying over the top before the end of the show is done. And I can't wait. This is great.
Absolutely. Making his debut for the No DQ Galaxy Predictions Family Panel is a great contributor and friend, also been involved on reviews, Dwayne Atkinson. Dwayne, welcome to the family. This is your first time part of Simply Predicting. How are you and how are you looking forward to this?
Man, tell me I ain't ready for this or not. It is Frank, the road to WrestleMania. After tonight, we're going to get a pretty good idea what's going to be going on here in a couple months. So I'm thoroughly looking forward to this. I've been waiting for it all week. I'm sitting on the edge of my damn seat right now. I'm ready to do it.
There we go. And we're talking about the road. This man, he is on the road, but God bless him, my fellow horsemen in all teams wrestling. Mark Griffith. Mark, focus on the road, man, but it's good to see you. Make sure you get home safe. Are you ready for tonight's Royal Rumble?
Absolutely. Just to take the words that Jeff said, like the Royal Rumble is one of my favorite. Actually, it is my favorite. I was going to say WrestleMania, but Royal Rumble is it's just an excitement that I get about this pay-per-view that I don't get with any other pay-per-view. And I don't know what it is, if it's the Royal Rumble itself or if it's that time of the year or whatever it is, but I'm definitely ready for it.
I feel it's safe to say that the Royal Rumble is more exciting than WrestleMania because Royal Rumble sets up. It is not fully known. WrestleMania is known. And that, again, that just factor of unpredictability adds so much excitement. But, again, unpredictability, are we already seeing this year's winner of the league? As, of course, last but not least, last year's winner of the No DQ Galaxy Predictions League, and the analyst Michael Wayne has already called his trump card. He's coming back for his title. Christopher Rotz, and, of course, the remaining horsemen of predictions here. Hey, all four horsemen are here. Nice. Anyway, Chris, good to see you, my friend. How you feeling with 2023's kickoff?
I'm looking forward on tonight's Royal Rumble. I hope this Royal Rumble is going to be amazing. Hope it's better than last year's Royal Rumble. It's going to be amazing tonight. If I have to give my ranking, I'm going to give it a 100 out of 100. That's how excited I am for the Royal Rumble, and I kicked off 2023 here tonight by defending my no DQ Galaxy champion all the way up until the end of the year. So good luck to everybody, and let's all have an amazing 2023.
Damn right. Preach it, brother. Because, again, I only wish to encourage everybody to just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling. And, again, when I say everybody, I truly mean everybody. For the Royal Rumble can welcome anybody. So I welcome everybody as I see representations across so many different platforms of wrestling, whether it's FTW Production, Championship Revolution Media, No DQ, Panda Wrestling Company. Shout out to my friend Cindy G. Thank you all, of course. And, of course, your opinions matter, too. If you aren't in it already, get those predictions in. Link us in the description down below. There are right now 78 plus the team, nearly 100 of you so far in the Royal Rumble alone. And shout out again, of course, but not limited to Richard Morales, Charlene, The Cleaver, Colin Andrew, Atomic Cody, The Analyst, Michael Wayne, Big_Space, best name ever. Dimmy from Belgium, Will Ospreay Guy, again, my friend Sienna, SC Chanel, my enforcer, Lex, representing ATW, and, of course, all of you here, too. But without further ado, gentlemen, let's get right into it. So I think we'll kick things off, of course, with what I like to call the undercard. No disrespect to these matches, but, again, the Royal Rumble is about that, the Royal Rumble. But it's not the only thing on this show. Clearly, probably won't be the only presence we see either. Something tells me we might see a presence, though, during this. Howdy. As Alexa Bliss goes after the Raw Women's Championship against the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair. Of course, we know these two. They basically have worked together since Clash of the Castle last year, but then they had a bit of a fallout after War Games, as we've seen Alexa Bliss slowly give in to the darkness that's inside her. And then we saw it fully consume her when she basically attacked Bianca Belair in the last title match and got disqualified. But now it's not so much about the title. It's about the fact that I have your number because I'm in your mind. I'm the thing you fear. It is fear how I will beat you. I don't have to be stronger than you. I just have to be smarter than you. And will that indeed be the case? Or is Uncle Howdy still a prevailing presence, maybe on Alexa Bliss, that could yield a negative impact here? The bottom line is this. Does the EST continue to be the face of the Raw Women's Division? Dwayne, I will start with you.
Well, how do I follow that introduction? This is one that I've been kind of going back and forth on. Number one, depending on what match order they're going to be, I do feel Uncle Howdy is going to be the factor of this match. However, I don't think that they're going to take the belt off Bianca just yet. I think they're going to possibly wait until Elimination Chamber, or even possibly wait until Mania again. She's had a long reign as champion, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it, but I'm going to go with this one and say Bianca's going to retain, but we're going to get a full-blown heel turn from Alexa Bliss at the end of this match. Bianca's going to be here, and then Uncle Howdy's going to show up, and she's going to flip out and go full heel.
She's going to flip out. She's going to go freaking Harley on her, worse than the freaking Gotham series. Can't be trusted. So don't need a coin either. Not going to be Two-Face. Mark, we've seen Alexa Bliss, the metamorphosis, and it feels like she really likes channeling the dark side more than the polite side that I feel people have come to know most recently. I feel that right now Alexa Bliss is at her strongest that she's been in a long time, but is she strong enough to overcome the EST of WWE?
Oh, man. To start off to say that I'm a diehard Bray Wyatt fan, that's going to probably explain my explanation, but like I'm all for Alexa Bliss on this. I wasn't really a fan at first with the whole doll and all that stuff, her first run, but I really feel like that this time they can get it right, and I'm really looking forward to it, but I just hope they don't take a left when they should have took a right this time, and hopefully it works out right. But as far as tonight goes, I really do see Belair retaining. I think they got some more setting up to do before they pull that trigger with Alexa specifically. So that's what I'm intrigued of, the story. I know they're going to connect the two. I'm still waiting on the Wyatt 6. I don't know if that's going to be a thing or not. Hopefully it is. That's what they're saying. And hopefully we get a step closer to that after this, whether that be Alexa Bliss as champion or not.
All right, fair enough. Stat Boy, as we know, Bianca Belair has now been Raw Women's Champion, only time, by the way, as Raw Women's Champion now for over 300 days. But we also talked about her setup, maybe into WrestleMania, and with the fact that the other person holding the other belt, it might not happen. But could this be maybe a swerve in a way? And with the Elimination Chamber here, could the Elimination Chamber be used to maybe set the next challenger for the Raw Women's Championship? Of course, with Alexa Bliss, she's been Raw Women's Champion 3 previous times. Does she make it a 4th?
No. Here's the reason. As you just said, Bianca has held the belt for 301 days.
Correct.
There are only 4 people ahead of her for cumulative. Charlotte at 305, Asuka at 327, Alexa at 398, and Becky at 535. Keep the belt on Bianca until WrestleMania. Give her another 60 days. Get her closer and closer to Alexa. Then not you, Alexa, the other Alexa Bliss, not the Alexa on Amazon. She's right over here too, and she's waiting for me to talk to her. So
that's why I got mine in the other room.
Exactly. So give her those extra 60 days, set up a rematch at WrestleMania, and then you can say Bianca is getting closer and closer to Little Miss Bliss's cumulative title run. Then let her lose the belt. Give her another 2 months. It'll be a great match. Uncle Howdy is going to, of course, make his appearance. Turn her over to the dark side. Something's going to go wrong. And our local hero, Bianca Belair from Knoxville, Tennessee, is going to retain her title.
I see what you did there. So you're making her the longest WWE Raw Women's Champion in the modern era through your prediction of a victory. All right.
Exactly.
Jeff Chadwick, the pull, and again, shout out to over 100 of you that's been in this thing so far. Dadgum. And again, get your predictions in. Like, share, comment, tell a friend. A majority are going with the EST, 82%, while 18% are going with Little Miss Bliss. So does 5 Feet of Fury with a darker mentality that hasn't been seen in a while somehow overcome the EST, or is something else Alexa Bliss's own undoing?
Well, first off, I'm redoing it as we speak because I thought about it after sending in the form. I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't seem right. And you guys hit a lot of really good points on this. I don't think her character has obviously fully developed into what it needs to be. I did originally put Bliss down, thinking, okay, well, she can be champion, and then we see her evolve. But it makes sense to see her evolve before being champion. Now, I like Stat Boy's thing here because he said that in 2 months he'll be Alexa Bliss will knocking at the door. I mean, Bianca Belair would be knocking at the door in Alexa Bliss's title run. So I do like. I never even thought about that. So thank God I'm redoing this. I'm going to go with Bianca. I think that WrestleMania will be when she loses it. And I think by that time we will see the newly formed Alexa Bliss, the one that we should have seen from the first place. I think they're going to do it right this time, Mark. I think they're going to take that left instead of the right. And
it won't be at Albuquerque. I'll tell you that much.
No, it won't be at Albuquerque. But I'm changing my pick to Bianca Belair.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, it does feel like right now that, okay, maybe they're jumping the gun if you were to move the title from Bianca Belair to Alexa Bliss. Because honestly, right now, besides one other woman, which we will talk about later, these two have kind of been the main story of the entire Raw Women's division. So I'm curious, though, is it more about Bianca Belair's continued run, or is it Alexa Bliss's continued character development? And does Uncle Howdy show up in any way and add as a factor? I'm just saying. So good stuff, everybody. And again, chat, let us know your predictions. And Sean Garner, I saw your comment. I started when we do talk about that match, but we're not there yet. So let's go ahead and move on from there. While we wonder if
what about my pick?
Yeah, you forgot Chris.
Chris, I thought I did you.
No.
Oh.
You went from Dwayne to Mark.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Chris. I thought Chris was already done. Go ahead, Chris. This is what happens when I do with this many people. I can't keep up. Anyway, go ahead, Chris. You're last.
As I'm doing the form,
I guess he's not the only one.
As of this moment, I have little to no interest on this match. I believe tonight. I agree with all of you guys. Bianca Belair, she's gonna retain her Raw Women's Championship tonight. Alexa Bliss, she's gonna go full heel, and I can't wait for her to go with Uncle Howdy and Bray Wyatt, and
stupid
and do all those, and also the Wyatt Six. But I'm gonna be disagreeing with you guys. I don't think she is going to lose it at WrestleMania. I could see her dropping her Raw Women's Championship at the Elimination Chamber. And I'll get more to that when we do our Women's Royal Rumble match. So
yeah, we're gonna
I'm gonna
dive
say,
deep in that.
so as we get deeper in that, I'm gonna explain more on that. But right now, I'm gonna say my final prediction is Bianca Belair retains the Raw Women's Championship.
All right, so far we are unanimous. Very good, everybody. And again, chat, let us know your predictions and let us know if you have any questions regarding what we're talking about. Stay on topic. I will start anything you have ahead of the conversation, but let's keep moving forward. So as we do wonder what sort of side of Alexa Bliss would come to light, what happens when the lights go out? Because I have no idea what to expect from this. As for the first time ever, we will have a pitch black match sponsored by Mountain Dew Pitch Black. And this video is not sponsored, but literally, folks, that is what this match literally came about. It is a pitch black match based on Mountain Dew Pitch Black. I think it tastes like berries, but that's just me. All right, but in all seriousness, what the hell? All right, I'll just do that. What the hell is a pitch black match? I'm trying to process this here because in not my NXT! In NXT with Bedtime Stories, damn it, with freaking Tiffany Stratton and Whitney Chu, they just had the lights go out and they had a pillow fight in the middle of the ring, and it wasn't 2006-esque. Sorry, folks. In NXT UK, there was a World of Darkness match with Michael Satomura and Isla Dawn, where it was almost like Undertaker lighting, black lighting nearly, and with a bunch of smoke and fog. And Michael Satomura was able to overcome that. For a spectacle in the Alma Dome in front of over 50,000 people, I'm expecting some sort of visibility, okay? So clearly the lights cannot go completely out. And they're not going to wear night vision goggles like Snake from Metal Gear Solid. So what this comes down to, not just for me as a presentation, but also the outcome. Since LA Knight, has been a mainstream part of WWE SmackDown, we've only seen Bray Wyatt and him compete in a narrative type outcome. This is Bray Wyatt's first time in in-ring action. So the biggest challenge here is Bray Wyatt, can you continue to elevate this story through your in-ring capability, which many scrutinized in the past, and can LA Knight hold up to the story? What is the outcome here that we're looking for? And also, is this where Uncle Howdy shows up? All right, so this should be fun. And with that being said, Chris, you're absolutely in the dark, so I'm going to leave you in the dark for now. Step Boy, I'm going to start with you. When it comes to these gimmick matches that deal with fixtures, per se, I already named a couple. And how many matches can we honestly talk about that have had this sort of like dynamic of darkness, lights out, spooky paraphernalia? This isn't like a boiler room, for example, with Mankind. I got to imagine it's going to take place inside the arena. I don't see this being cinematic, but what's your take on this spin of a tale between Bray Wyatt and LA Knight? Who somehow comes out on top here? DQ, clean? Let your mind wander, Stat Boy. Your thoughts. Oh,
okay, well, there are two ways they can go. They can go the cinematic route. That's one. You were right about that. The other one is, of course, they are going to lower the lights in the arena, and this is my guess. This is not fact. They're going to lower the lights in the arena to the point where it's not totally dark, but where there are like emergency lights, or maybe even everyone is going to turn on their phones and do the firefly thing. I mean, if you have a match in total darkness, you're not going to see anything, okay? No. So we get that. The only time where wrestlers have wrestled in the dark, you have to go all the way back to In Your House 9, Beware of Dog. when the power went out thanks to a thunderstorm, to where we had to bring back the wrestlers 4 days later. I believe it was Stone Cold in the ring. They had the emergency lights on. People were trying to flash their cameras. This was way before cell phones, and you couldn't see anything. 3 matches supposedly did take place in the dark because of the old adage, the show must go on. Vince didn't want to give out refunds. He said, we'll do it anyway. Do the best you can. We'll come back later and do it in South Carolina.
Right.
If they go cinematically, movie magic can take over. It'll be just a bunch of, like you said, smoke and mirrors and fog and darkness. Bray laughs, Uncle Howdy pops up, the lantern, the lights, and we'll just have to just sit back and watch, and we'll be like, what the hell is this? As far as, the blindfold match, that was novelty in the 80s and the 90s and the thing. So, and pointing out and having the fans help out. This cannot be done. So this is a blindfold match times 100. How they're going to do it, we're just going to have to wait and see.
Fair enough.
And my choice will be Bray Wyatt comes out on top. It's his match.
Well, I mean, it literally sounds like it was a match made by him or foretold by him. And the majority, 90%, agree with you that Bray Wyatt should be the winner, but 10% did go with LA Knight. But people are like, oh, LA Knight loses to Bray Wyatt. He's already buried. People, calm the dadgum down, all right? And before I move on to Jeff, one moment, please. FTW Productions' brainchild of creativity, James Hebert, has joined the field. James Hebert, welcome, of course, to the Royal Rumble, simply predicting panel as the card keeps getting stacked. We are currently talking about Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight. And I'll tell you what, since you just showed up out of nowhere, let's go ahead and put the spotlight on you. What's your thoughts towards this? Do you maybe see black and white filter like Ghost Hunters? Like, do you think this will be all in the arena? Do you see any cinematic aspect to this? Or will it still be a bell-to-bell-esque match around the ring area that Michael Cole is going to try and narrate some way? What's your thoughts, James, towards this match?
No idea. I'm not even going to try. I'm going to say Bray wins somehow. I'm expecting a lot of Mountain Dew Pitch Black sponsorships all over the place, which means a bottle of Pitch Black is going to be used as a weapon.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
A weapon!
Yeah. That's
my
my
eyes with Mountain Dew Pitch Black. What is wrong with you?
Hey man, that's my $1 million. That's my $1 million prediction. So there's that. I'm gonna just say that. I say Bray wins. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with this match. I expect it to be cinematic. I would think with Jeremy Borash, is he still in the company?
Yes.
So I would think with him still in the company, it has to be cinematic. But we'll see what happens, isn't it?
Yeah, fair enough. Jeff, they did hire that writer, by the way, from Marvel, by the way. So I wonder if he's going to have a heavy presence in this match, or will this be another Michael P.S. Hayes production like John Cena versus Funhouse Bray Wyatt back at WrestleMania?
Was that
36.
Was that really produced by PSAs?
That was
I think it was Bruce Pritchard as well. It's like a collaboration type thing. But this screams like Michael P.S. Hayes is going to have his fingers all over this. So, Jeff, what's your take? Do you want to see Bray more in a cinematic narrative role with this, or do you actually want to see him wrestle? Where does Bray need to excel more, since this really is the first real spot of his comeback?
Well, the way I look at it is this. Why not have a mixture of both? So have it start out cinematic, have them come into the arena, and then do it live. I mean, I think that would be a great way to do this. I mean, it's going to be dark out. I mean, it's nighttime. So it's like a good place to start would be outside, obviously. But where is the question? If they would go cinematic, where would they start this? That is the question. But you could see them coming into the arena to finish off the cinematic, and then the cameras run back to the backstage area and see them fighting, and then they come out to the ring. As far as the lighting goes, you can easily do, bring the lights all the way down with the exception of the ones around the rafters there. And you could have like a dark purple light shine down, spotlight kind of thing, and have that over the ring through the aisleway, wherever they could be, and you could still see them. I mean, that's the thing. It's like as long as it's bright enough where people can look at the monitors and the screens and stuff, you can actually still see them. So
like a movie theater.
Yeah. So and obviously it's the Mountain Dew Pitch Black is going to be used. I think that would be hilarious if it's used as a weapon.
Product placement.
It would be very interesting to see that. But I have Bray Wyatt winning this, as someone said before. This is his match. This is his match. LA Knight, it's not going to bury him. Whoever said that could bite me. All right. It's not going to bury LA Knight. This is actually going to enhance him, as we've seen what happened last week, at Raw 30, when both Bray and Undertaker in the ring with LA Knight, and LA said that was he got kills all over the place. And he said it was real. It wasn't just a saying. It was real. And he respected both of them. And I think that that's going to be where LA will exceed in this match, is the fact that he knows he was in the ring with these two people and he was just blown away. This is where he's going to really step up his game, more so than we've seen, probably more so than we've ever seen in NXT. And NXT LA Knight was like the top of the game. And it sucked. He never went for the title, but it mind-blowing. But yeah, Bray Wyatt gets this one, and you're going to see the best of LA Knight in this match. It isn't just going to be a couple moves here and there. It's going to be the whole match, and you're going to see a different side of him.
Reach the outer side. Well, it's not going to be Judgment Day, but I feel he's going to put judgment on LA Knight. Mark, right. We saw literally, as Jeff did allude to, on Raw is 30, it was like Undertaker passed the torch to Bray Wyatt in that simple just exchange as he left the ring. Now, we truly don't know what was said, but in my opinion, when you consider Undertaker's last match was Cinematic-esque, the Graveyard, just saying, I think that Undertaker truly does see Bray Wyatt can have all the creative and the drive to be the next phenom in the WWE if treated correctly. Not booked, but treated correctly. Let's remember what the past was when it came to this man's outlook versus the chairman. So, Mark, as far as this match goes, Bray Wyatt, does he win simply clean in the middle of the ring? Does he win with the influence of Uncle Howdy? Does Uncle Howdy try to cost Bray Wyatt? Are they one and the same? Are they on the same page? Does LA Knight take advantage of Bray Wyatt? Does Bray Wyatt ask for LA Knight to hit him harder? Pain, play, that type of thing. What's your expectations towards this?
Man, I almost feel like I'm going to have more questions when this is over than I did going before the match started. Something like Jeff said, as far as doing it both, I think they could do something similar to like WrestleMania 12 with Piper and Goldust, and then throughout the Rumble they worked their way to the ring. And I can understand people thinking that LA Knight can be buried here because of what happened with the Miz or Seth, or a lot of people say anybody works with Bray, they don't come out looking any better or worse. So I can understand that, but I can almost see we only got a little bit of physicality with Uncle Howdy turning on Bray that night. That was the first and only time that happened. How do we not know that might not happen again? They follow up on that, and LA Knight does get the win. Maybe this is part of the storyline, and LA Knight can be built up off that. He's the one that took out Bray Wyatt because of Uncle Howdy. But I don't know what the final. I could talk about this for an hour. There's just so many ways I could take it. So I'm just trying to cut this down to about 45 seconds, man.
Right.
I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest. But I do think Bray will win. I did take Bray, but I wouldn't be surprised if LA Knight won because of Uncle Howdy, because like I said, they only did that once where where Howdy turned on Bray. And I also heard that, I know as immature as this sounds, that he could be feuding with himself. And now how they pull that off, I don't know. But that could be the start of it here. I have no clue, man. And that's why I said I'm going to probably have more questions when it's over than I did before the even match starts.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Talk about being your own worst enemy. That sounds like a song waiting to happen, if not already a song. All right. Chris, what do you think might be coming out of the shadows here and brought to light out of this match? I mean, I feel like we've kind of covered all the perspectives from the creative presentation, narrative, and then the storytelling. Mark had a wrinkle that maybe Bray Wyatt's not necessarily fighting LA Knight. Maybe he is fighting himself. So, Chris, I put it now on you. Does Bray Wyatt figure himself out by the end of this and get the win?
Well, when this whole thing got started with Bray Wyatt, LA Knight, I was apprehensive about this whole entire match.
Fair.
And it was, and I was saying to myself, okay, who is Bray Wyatt going to have his first feud with? And I saw LA Knight, and I was like, what? Why are they putting LA Knight with Bray Wyatt? And Mark is giving me a lot of points. There's a lot of unanswered questions, like more questions than answered on this match. I do think we're going to get the Uncle Howdy involvement tonight. Alexa Bliss, I don't see it happening at this moment, though. I think the Wyatt Six is definitely going to be involved in this match tonight. I don't know
wait. Wyatt Six, you mean all of them or a new member?
All of them. I feel all of Wyatt Six members are going to play my games with LA Knight. If they get revealed, that will be sweet. But if not, then that's understandable. But at the end of the day, this is Bray Wyatt's match. With the lighting, I could see, since the Mountain Dew Pitch Black has that purple, black, I do see maybe that type of coloring or a neon light coloring. I don't see it being all red because we know what happened the last time.
Yeah.
Please.
We already know the last time it went red, a DQ'd happened. So
no one wants to go back there, I'll tell you that much.
So we're not going back to 2019.
Right. Yeah.
So overall, on the forum, I am picking Bray Wyatt, but that is my final prediction. I am going for Bray Wyatt, and we already know who Uncle Howdy is, and that is his brother, Bo Dallas.
Do we really? I'm just saying.
I think it is because Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy both wear the same exact gloves. So that is Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy is Bo Dallas.
What?
All right.
They wear the same gloves.
The truth is in the hands, apparently. Wait, Atkinson, I saved you for last year. Do you think maybe there is something else up Bray Wyatt's sleeve? Maybe outside the Wyatt Six that Chris did bring up? I'm surprised, Chris, you were actually the only one that did bring that up, so I do give you props for that. Anything further you'd like to add towards all this, or at the end of the day, I'm just going to put this out there. Do you see there's any way that LA Knight could be rendered the winner?
Let me talk to you.
All right.
This is what I see happening. First of all, I see where Chris is going, but I don't think it's the Wyatt Six that's going to be coming into play here. I think it's going to be the puppets from the Firefly Funhouse, kind of like they were when he made his return at Extreme Rules. But my thing is this: Bray Wyatt can take an L. It's not going to hurt him. He's already elevated. Like y'all said, this match is going to make LA Knight take him to the next level. I see possibly where I think this is going to go. Uncle Howdy's going to come in, turn on Bray Wyatt, and this is going to set up a match between him and Uncle Howdy at WrestleMania.
What?
Yep.
So, but as far as Uncle Howdy being Bo Dallas, I'm kind of up on the air in it, but I'm having a hard time accepting it because Bo Dallas ain't never had a character play where he's played in the dark side, so to speak. If I had to pick who I think it is, I think it's Vincent from Ring of Honor.
The Righteous.
That's what I was thinking.
My pick on this one, I'm going with LA Knight.
Wow. That's bold. That is bold, but I respect that. All right. Well, again, we looked at all the spectrums, and at the end of the day, we will either see if LA Knight brings something to light, or is left in the dark when the lights go out. And that's not an insult. That is just a fact of life. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I followed Eli Drake, LA Knight for Impact Wrestling. I could talk like that guy all night. Let me talk to you, but I'm not going to do that. But we're going to talk about somebody all night. I'm surprised we did spend as long as we did on that match. We very well might spend longer on this match, and it might be because of a participant.
Did I miss any matches?
On the what?
Did I miss any matches?
It'll be Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss if you want to just throw it out real quickly. But I know.
Okay, I'll be quick. Bianca Belair.
Oh, there you go. And of course,
Actually,
James and Chris will fill out the form. So I'll make sure they're official.
Yeah, actually, no, I change it. Alexa Bliss because the Uncle Howdy shit too. So one of them's got to get the win. One of them's got to get the win, right?
Maybe they don't have to get the win, but maybe they just have to make a statement. Remember, in our predictions, it's about who leaves with the gold.
Never mind.
They could leave via DQ.
Never mind. I stick with Bianca. I don't know. Let's fuck it.
Fickle! He's fickle! All right. Well, I feel like we're all going to be fickle in a different way when it comes to this and how we're going to acknowledge the story of the bloodline. I say it once, I'll say it again. It is not about the result. It's about the story. There's not a bigger story in WWE than this. The WWE Undisputed Universal Championship is on the line as the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the leader of the Island of Relevancy, Roman Reigns, defends the gold against the guy that will always keep fighting, the prize fire, and right now the biggest heart in WWE when it comes to emotions on his sleeve, Kevin Owens. And to even put this in more perspective, this is not the only time they have faced each other one-on-one in the Alamo Dome for a title. But I digress. Now, of course, as I said, I already got two people specifically going to start this off, so I'm going to shut up. So that being said, Chris, you put yourself in the hot seat for a reason. I acknowledge you. You are first. What happens in this match and who leaves with the gold heading to Elimination Chamber?
Well, this match, I always look forward to Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens matches. They're going to bring the house down tonight. And this is actually one of the matches that I'm actually looking forward to tonight is Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. It's all about the story. I did hear on social media that WWE is undecided on the match order for the Royal Rumble tonight. I'm hearing at this moment that this is actually probably might be the main event tonight. And I heard that the men's Rumble is probably going to be opening the Royal Rumble tonight, or they're going to have one of the Rumble matches open and have Roman be the main event, or they might have Roman as the opener and one of the Royal Rumbles to close. But WWE can't decide what they're going to do tonight. But
shocking.
But let's take you back to 2016. They had their first match on a premium live event. And yeah, I will always still say premium live events. At Roadblock for the Universal Champion, where Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns took on each other. That ended in a no DQ, ended in a no disqualification. And we know how that end the night where Roman
Yeah,
and
list of
Seth
Jericho
stand
and
tall.
Seth Rollins. I definitely remember that.
Then 2017, they locked Chris Jericho up in a shark cage. And Kevin Owens got the win by the help of Braun Strowman in 2017.
In the Alamo Dome.
In the Alamo Dome. And then we had a steel cage match in the pandemic era with Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens. And then we had I think it was a TLC match at TLC in 2020 for the Universal Championship. Then we go to the Royal Rumble 2021, last man standing.
Good Lord Almighty.
Personally, my favorite moment was when Roman Reigns hit Kevin Owens with a golf cart. That was my best moment that night. And then now we turn to 2023. This is their third time doing it at the Royal Rumble. I'm excited for this. But everybody is talking about the story between Sami Zayn and what is his final test is going to be. And I have a gut feeling if this opens the show tonight, then I truly believe I'm still going for my guy, Roman Reigns. You can't bet against Roman Reigns, so there's nothing to that. So my final pick is definitely Roman Reigns. If this is the opening, I believe the Bloodline is going to attack, beat down Kevin Owens.
Okay.
And I think Sammy's final test is hit Kevin Owens with a Helluva kick. I don't think that is going to happen. I could see Sami Zayn having a big face turn after this match tonight. And that could set up Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn at the Elimination Chamber for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. But if this is the main event tonight, then we're getting something bigger than Sami Zayn going face turn. And I definitely agree with Noah, and on the panel the other night. I do think at the end of this, the story is going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn challenging the Usos for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. If it's going to be for the Raw title, SmackDown Tag Team, or both championships, that match is definitely going to be good. Let's hope if that is the main event that closes out WrestleMania Night 1. But overall, Roman is going to win. And we're still going to have to acknowledge him at the head of the table. And he's going to be in God mode still after tonight.
All right. Well, that's hell of a quiet opening right there to set the course for the rest of the panel. Before I toss over to Stat Boy, who I know has got a lot more to add regarding this, including what's supposed to be, allegedly, happening at WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, Sean does say this, Stat Boy. He believes that after Roman wins, he thinks The Rock will show up and that Sami Zayn kicks out of the Bloodline tonight and lose the titles at Mania if he faces Cody. So considering Sean might be foretelling the future himself in a way that coincides a little bit with maybe what Chris is talking about when it comes to Bloodline losing gold. Stat Boy, I put you on the clock right now. Again, we could talk about the triumphant reign of the Tribal Chief. Again, he's had the freaking title as far as the Universal title goes, for nearly 900 daggum days. Of course, as it passes the Royal Rumble, he'll be close to 1,000, but will not hit 1,000 come WrestleMania. But again, is he going to face the biggest man in all of sports entertainment history at WrestleMania? That remains to be seen as well. So, Stat Boy, what's your thoughts regarding what Chris said and your thoughts on this?
You are about to be blessed with a Stat Boy rant. Point number one. James, take off that damn Tampa Bay hat. If you were in the sports bar, I'd kick you out of it.
hey, listen. I am sorry. I'm a fan of Tom.
I will save the Brady bashing for next season. Okay, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Roman has had the belt for a combined 944 days. That's over both titles.
Yes.
I think the math will be 1,000 the time WrestleMania rolls around. It might be close. If he gets to WrestleMania and retains at WrestleMania, that might put him over the 1,000. Sadly, the website that I go to figure out how many times a wrestler has faced each other has been down all day today. I did try. Like I said, I did ask my tablet over here, and I don't know if this is correct, and perhaps you guys can confirm it, that Kevin has only defeated Roman twice in 18 matches.
Wow.
Is that correct?
That sounds about right, because technically the one that he did beat him most recently was not singles, it was tag, and that's still a win.
Okay. So just based on that stat alone, and I'll also touch on what he said on the Tonight Show. He basically said he's been beating Kevin for years, which is now true.
Correct.
I don't think Kevin has a chance to win the belt. Win the match, perhaps. There's always the DQ rule. Sami could come in. The bloodline could come in too soon. Somebody could screw up, and the match could get thrown out, giving Kevin the win of the match, but not the belt. A lot of people always forget this, that when it comes to a title match, you want to pick the winner, not who walks away with the belt. That's everyone's different rule. With me, they always say, who's going to win? Well, the answer to that question is who gets their hand raised at the end of the match, unless they say who's going to win the belt. Therefore, so you got to pay attention to the fine print. Therefore, who will win the match? Roman, hands down. There is the chance, of course, of a DQ, but I don't see that happening. As far as betting on Roman Reigns, Roman is a 9-1 favorite, meaning
Damn.
Yes,
Whoa.
meaning if you want to $100 on Roman Reigns, you have to put up at least $900 to win that 100. So you're not going to make any money on this bet.
That's a loss, damn it.
Exactly.
Wow.
Kevin is a 4-1 underdog. If you put down $100 on Kevin Owens, you're going to win $400. But it's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
No, it's not going to happen.
Now, moving forward, last night, NBC Peacock, The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, they had Roman on as a guest. Roman played Password with Claire Danes in an opening skit because Jimmy Fallon loves to play games on The Tonight Show.
Okay.
Roman comes out. He gets his official segment. He comes out carrying the Universal title, and Jimmy says, when you came on the show last time, you had one belt. Now you have two, and there's both belts at the desk. The first question out of Jimmy Fallon's mouth, in a nice way, the rumors, the Twitter, the social media, are you going to face The Rock at WrestleMania? And Roman's quote is this. These are his words. I believe he just came out with a statement. He's not going to be ready in time, which that's the face everyone's making because Fallon's looking like, wait, what? This is going to happen? Hold on. He trains every single day. He's huge. But to his defense, it's one thing to train with weights, the bodybuilding, the look, and the part, and being able to get in the ring and do a match.
Wrestling cardio is a whole different animal.
Exactly. It takes a lot of conditioning. It beats up your body. So there's more that goes into it than just training in the weight room. It's a professional athlete type of situation where you have to condition. He does 2 out of those 3 things perfectly. His nutrition and his weight training is on point, but you have to condition yourself. You got to be ready to fall down, meaning you have to be ready to take bumps. He's not saying he's going to beat The Rock and The Rock is going to fall down in the match and he's going to lose. He's talking about being slammed to the canvas because you have to body to take the bumps. You have to learn how to fall again. If you remember when he was off making movies and here comes John Cena, he goes for the giant rock bottom and he damn near tears his abs off of his ribs. Yeah. He wasn't fully conditioned for that match. He ended up hurting himself. It ended up screwing up his Hollywood production schedule. So Now, but here's the thing, though. In reports that I'm reading, The Rock has not made any statement whatsoever. He has not said the words, I am not going to be in WrestleMania. I am not going to be at the Alamo Dome. I am not traveling to Texas. We have no clue where The Rock is. The people in Texas that are by their entrance ramp spot a darkened limousine, and let's face it, wrestling fans are smart. As soon as that limousine comes in, reports are going to go crazy. Oh my God, There's a limousine. Is it Rock? Is it Vince? Is it this? Is it that? Is it this? And then we have to watch the show. Watch the show, folks. If The Rock shows up, he shows up. If he doesn't, and the stories will continue. Also, there was an event, and I think I should save that for the actual Rumble itself, but also Roman did praise Cody Rhodes, saying that maybe teasing a little thing because he told the story of the pec injury. And we'll see, like I say, we'll see where it all goes. My pick is Roman Reigns retains.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your Stat Boy rant of the evening. Thank you and good night.
There you go.
All righty. So far we are 2 for Roman, and we still are on the precipice to believe that it will be the head of the table versus the most electrifying man in all of sports entertainment. But Jeff, Sean did bring up that Roman hasn't beat Seth Rollins in a title match yet. It was this time 1 year ago that these two set up the point of the pace of the night as the opener. And James, you and I called it. It ended in disqualification because the tribal chief lost his cool. Who's to say that Roman Reigns would not have the same outcome again here, despite where this match would take place? So, Jeff, what's your thoughts towards this Universal Championship match? And do you see Sami Uso getting involved during or afterwards?
Well, first off, as long as it's not a replay of, these handcuffs are not working right. That debacle of a match that he had last time with freaking Kevin Owens. As long as we don't get a repeat of that, I'm good. But honestly, I think this is going to be a great match. I think that, usually Roman Owens, they don't fail when it comes to performing and putting on a good match. I've seen just about every one of their matches, and they've all been really well. I'm thinking Sami Uso, this is his final test. Now, what is it? What is the final test? That's what we're all trying to figure out. What is going to be his final test? Is it a test where he's going to pass with flying colors and help Roman retain? Or is this a test where he's going to fail and end up turning? We don't know what's going to happen tonight. So this match could go one of two ways. And I think it's all depending on Sami Zayn. That's how this match is going to end, depending on which road Sami takes and how this outcome is. I think, though, that Sami is going to he's fought so long, and the Usos have fought for him to stay in, and I think that it's going to go on a little bit longer. I think, if anything, it's going to come to a kind of a climax, if you will, at Elimination Chamber. I think that's when you're going to see a possible turn from Bloodline to teaming with Owens. And that's where you're going to set up Usos versus Sami and Kevin at WrestleMania. That's my belief on that. I've got Roman keeping it. One of these days, though, when we have this match, it will be Owens defeating Reigns. He's only gotten 2 out of 19? Is that what the stat was?
18.
Yeah, 18. So, you're talking, what, 8%?
Right.
If that.
If that. I think that next time these two meet, it's going to be a different outcome. Because I don't think this is going to be the end of the story between Owens and Reigns as a one-on-one. It's going to go a little deeper and a little deeper. So this is just the start of something that's going to be really awesome in the end, I think. But I've got Roman retaining.
All righty. Dwayne, Devin posed this question here, and Stepboy, you did talk about at one point about this match, as far as placement goes, because truth be told, it would not be the first time that the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, premium live event, whatever you want to call it, marketing-wise, did not end with the Royal Rumble, but ended with an actual title match. Nathan brings up this point. So, because we also talk about Raw, if the WWE Undisputed Championship is the main event, keyword is, doesn't mean a brand new champion. Remember, 2013 Royal Rumble where The Rock faced CM Punk in the main event and The Rock won. So, Dwayne, could that possibly maybe happen here? It's some super weird alternative reality. But even if not a new champion, maybe The Rock shows up at the end of the show. But what's your overall takeaways about this match? And where does it place maybe Sami Zayn / Uso going forward in the bloodline?
For starters, if they main event this match, something big is happening. There's just all there is to it. They're not going to main event it all the way just for Roman to win the match, I don't think. First of all, my pick is Roman to win, but my thing is this. Everybody's talking about them turning on Sami. I could see being the opposite, with Sami's turning on them.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know how they would do it or place it. Jeff mentioned that Sami's final test. I've got a pretty good, I've got a pretty good idea what that could be, but we'll get to that when we talk about the Rumble. But I'm just going to end it with Roman's winning. That's just all there is to it.
All right, keep it at short, sweet, and simple. Well, James, again, that is the ultimate question that we truly don't know. I feel like we might know the result of the match on paper itself, but again, what is the final test for Sami Zayn? Will he pass or will he fail? He already has gone against his tribal chief, sneaking into SmackDown, per Jey Uso calling him after faking him before he went into the damn building. I've been saying it for the longest time. I thought at one point they were going to swerve us and main event Jey Uso was going to try and upstage the tribal chief. Could that still be a thing? And maybe with Sami Zayn now as an ally, could that happen? Because Sami Zayn says he's forever indebted to Jey Uso, and he did call in Sami Zayn for a favor. We saw what happened at the end of SmackDown. And as Shouter has mentioned right now, mind games coming into play and friendship thicker than blood. Kevin Owens is wearing a shirt that says Sami Zayn forever, currently at the freaking arena. So, James, what's your take on this match, and what's the future look like maybe for both Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn?
I'll just keep it short and sweet because I'm more interested in seeing how they tell it, but I do think one way or another Roman's going to retain.
The Rock will be here tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, the Rock is going to win, or The Rock, listen to me. The Rock is on my screen. Roman's going to retain. I'm going to see what happens with this because there's a lot of different ways they could take this. But we'll see what happens because I'm just going to be enjoying the ride because Triple H is actually telling this story very well. And everybody involved is telling this story very well.
I just hope they don't put themselves in like a weird corner where it's almost like is the supporting member upstaging the main star, and if you treat the supporting member the wrong way, will that turn the crowd? Again, how much momentum is too much momentum where you have to change the play? You're forced your hand. I feel there is bigger things in store for Sami Zayn more than anybody else right now this year, besides another person that I'm sure we'll talk about here shortly. So, yeah, I agree with you. Like I said, the two most interesting things in the entire wrestling industry for me, MJF and Sami Zayn, respectively in different ways. And as far as storytelling, that definitely goes for both. So I'm super curious, what does the story continue to unfold for Sami Zayn particularly? That's really what tonight's about. And 96%, by the way, believe it or not, it is not undisputably unanimous that everyone acknowledges the tribal chief. There are 3 people out of a total of 78 that have picked Kevin Owens.
No.
Wow.
What's up, Chris?
Here's before we go into the Royal Rumble matches. From X0 News, I found this on Twitter. He got the full final rundown. He's told that the ending to the Rumble is going to be fun. Because here's
Leave it at
the
that.
match.
Don't anything more.
Here's
That's
the
all,
match.
that's all we need.
No, here's the match order.
The match order. Okay.
Yeah,
Go
the
ahead.
first match that is kicking off tonight's Royal Rumble is the men's Royal Rumble match.
Whoa!
Then
Yeah.
the second match is going to be the Raw Women's Championship match.
Okay.
Then the
same thing.
third match is going to be the Pitch Black match.
Of course, gotta get the.
Then the number 4 match will be the Women's Royal Rumble match, and then the main event is Roman versus Kevin Owens.
Wow.
So there you go. The biggest thing to come out tonight is literally the Bloodline storyline. Oh boy! All right then. Well, thank you for that, Chris. Is that there's no more pressure on Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Roman Reigns at this point. And Jey Uso, because I definitely see Jey.
Before we did our predictions.
Right?
Yeah, no kidding, right? That might change the freaking scope of things. But with that being said, we've had a lot of fun. Now it's time for the reason that we're here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk about the Royal Rumble matches. 30 men, 30 women, each taking that first step to claiming the ultimate dream of main eventing WrestleMania. And again, we have numbers and numbers and stats galore. Even the teams having some fun as everybody in Team No DQ picked 3 different numbers and we're all over the place. So, do you go with favoritism? Do you go with the higher tier? Because in the last number of Royal Rumble matches lately, it's been the higher number, the last 3, like 21 to 30, that have won. And statistically, those numbers have won more often at the Royal Rumble. Could we be surprised? Could there be maybe, a lower number? What's your number? 8, 17, 25, 27, 30, 28, 1, 5. Let's just get right down into it. And I feel like just because of the fact you gave us the match order, let's just talk about those matches in that order. So we will start with the men's. And as we know so far, these are the participants. Sorry, by the way, in advance to Xavier Woods. I couldn't find you on the graphic. Maybe that shows how much W cares about you. So here's your 30-man Royal Rumble match known field. Yeah, ouch. Sorry, not sorry. Xavier Woods, Omos, The Miz, Sheamus, Santos Escobar, Bobby Lashley, Ricochet, Seth freaking Rollins, Rey Mysterio, Brock Lesnar, Baron Corbin, Kofi Kingston, Braun Strowman, Killer Cross, Drew McIntyre, Austin Fury, still our United States champion, and the Intercontinental champion representing Imperium, Walter, screw the new name, and that still leaves, I believe, 15 spots unfilled. And again, the winner of this match will go on to the main event of WrestleMania. It's going to be Cody. So that being said, we also know that the Royal Rumble matches have set up in the past, like some other storylines. I feel like just from that field of people we saw, we know a couple of matches that could be set up out of this field for WrestleMania. But, I mean, honestly, besides the man, Cody, that literally fought with a torn pectoral muscle last year inside Hell in a Cell, who deserves the spot more in the main event of WrestleMania for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship, whether it's Kevin Owens or Roman Reigns? Now, who wants to kick things off?
I'll go because I got a bold prediction. Very
and
bold
James,
prediction.
The floor is yours. And here's how it's going to work, folks. Everybody gets 3 picks. Your primary worth 3, your secondary worth 2, and your wild card-esque worth 1. And just have fun with the numbers. If you can pick the winning number out of 3 numbers, and these 3 numbers represent you for both the men and women's Rumble, you will get a bonus point as well. So, James, the floor is yours. Have fun with this. Go for it.
I think Cody's going to win from the number 5 spot.
All right.
But I also think The Rock is going to win from the number 27 spot. Yes, you heard me right. I'm calling it a draw here. I'm calling a double Rumble winner here. keep this in mind, and Step was going to like this stat. The last time they did there was a double winner, at least officially, in the Royal Rumble was Lex Luger, Bret Hart.
Right.
They have not done one in over. When was that Rumble? 93,
95.
right? 94, 95?
95.
So they have not done that type of finish in almost 20 years. I think it's like 17 years. That's a long time to not do something like that. And yeah, there's also the one in 05, but that was a botch anyway, so you can't really
big botch.
And they restarted the match anyway to
After Vince tore his quad.
Yeah, he tore his quad. So I think it's gonna be a tie with both of them winning it. Those are my numbers I'll pick there. Am I allowed to pick two more or just one more winner?
I mean, technically speaking, you can kind of try that if you want, but tell you just picked two, so I'll allow you one more. Besides, man, you can make it official on the forums. You're just talking up here right now, so go ahead.
Yeah, gotcha. I will be. So those are my winners. The Rock and Cody simultaneously they touch the floor and they win. That's how I think it's going to happen.
And you said number 5 is a winning spot, or number 27. What other number though, man?
I'll go with number 24 just to be on the safe side and go with Sami Zayn.
All right.
Just in case.
Quick little question right here. I think we all know the answer to this because John Moxley is going to be in Dayton, Ohio this Wednesday. I do not think Dean Ambrose will return. I think he is happy in what he's doing now in AEW, and good for him, Renee Paquette, if that's the case. Although Dean Ambrose at one point I feel like should have won a Royal Rumble, but that's just my thing.
Yeah,
all right.
A lot of people should have. There's one more I'll pick just in case from the number. I'll go from the number 14 spot for a change. I think that's the unlucky number, right? That's 14 usually. 13. Okay. So from the number 13 spot, I guess then, just to be different, I'll go with. Yeah, screw it. I'll go with a throwaway pick here. I'm gonna go with Brock just because I feel like there's
Brock Lesnar.
I'm gonna just go with Brock just because he's announced now, and like I'm afraid that they might pull a fucking Vinceism. So I'll just those are my picks because I think those are the logical picks.
So do it again. He'll do it again from the number 30 spot like he did last year.
Mm-hmm.
Lord help us. All right. Step Boy, you had your hand up next, so I know you're all about having fun with this one. So let your brain run loose. Your 3 picks, your 3 numbers, your surprise entrance, maybe your biggest WTFs that could happen. According to what Chris said again, this is our opener. This sets the pace for the night. And Sean believes that maybe Matt Cardona will make a comeback, even though the major players are right now working in Impact Wrestling, last I checked. So Step Boy, the floor is yours. What's your take and thoughts and maybe your ultimate pick for WrestleMania?
Well, hearing the match order is a bit of a disappointment. I'm sorry. You got to build and build and build and build. You want to make the last thing that the fans see is what they're going to talk about. You got to remember this show is a 2 to 3 hour show. So
at least,
yeah. So, I mean, we're going to be on the air for 6 hours. We're already 1 hour in, and I still can't wait. I'm watching hockey right now, trying to get involved and get all this stuff and ready. The Avalanche are playing the Blues. It's 2-1.
I don't blame you. I absolutely don't blame you.
Here's the thing, okay? The top 3 names: Cody, Sami, The Rock.
Yep.
Those are the 3. It could always be Cody and Sami, 1 and 2. Those are the 2 storylines going on. Brock is doing his thing with Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley's doing his thing with Brock. Miz is doing his thing with Theory. Theory is doing his thing with this. Drew and Sheamus are a tag team. Who is Santos Escobar? I have no idea who he is. Who is this guy?
The guy Escobar
he's out.
He's the leader. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Let me keep going. Kofi, he's going to do his elimination spot. We know this. Xavier is there to back up Kofi. Omos, your standard big guy. He's going to be in there. AJ, out with a broken ankle. Sorry, he's not going to be in the Rumble. Otherwise, I would pick him as my top 3.
Same.
Edge, rumored to come back. Of course, if Edge comes back, the crowd's going to go crazy. So there's not, and the rest are going to be. Oh, I saw on Facebook that Hacksaw Jim Duggan is in town. Okay, let's bring him out, but let's face it, he's not going to last very long because he's a legend. There's nobody left. There's nobody left. I'm sorry. So, Cody, Sami, Rock. That's it. Bottom line. One of those three is going to. If the Rock isn't out, it's either Cody or it's Sami. Or let's say
Cody.
Let's say Kevin loses. Well, now we know that the men's rumble is first. We know that Kevin can't go in unless Kevin just wants to say, "Oh, by the way, I'm coming in, and then I'm going to guarantee my title match at WrestleMania tonight. I just want to fight."
Nah, I don't think anyone's ever done that in the history of Royal Rumble, where they're booked for a title match and they go in the Rumble first. Not that I can recall.
I can't recall it either. And like I say, I do want to save the remainder of the stats for the actual show as they come out one at a time. Am I gonna have an OMG moment? I doubt it because I can't think of anybody else who's left. We'll see when the actual watch along takes place.
I do want everybody to keep in mind that even though the Rumble is going to start on the show, do keep in mind that both titles are on the line in the main event. That is the key factor there. Just because it's the main event doesn't mean that Roman's losing.
I just looked at the graphic here. Seth Rollins was being interviewed at a Royal Rumble event of some kind. It was not WWE related, I don't believe. This is on social media. The interviewer asked him, "What do you think about seeing Phil Brooks in the Royal Rumble?"
Oh, God.
Yeah, every year since CM Punk left, the rumors keep coming. Oh my God, CM Punk in the Royal. Okay, that might be my OMG moment, but I'm just probably going to sit here and really, come on. But it finally happened. But Seth Rollins has said this. It is on his social media. He has called Phil Brooks, CM Punk, a cancer, and he told him to stay away. Don't go anywhere near Texas. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Bro, I find that's like the pot calling the kettle black. I saw that too. Bro, Rollins, if you'll watch this, and I'll send this to you directly to your DMs, it's fucking ironic that you call Phil a cancer, yet you're the one that was trying to flex your bank account on Will fucking Ospreay. Get bent, dude. Come on. I'm not a fan of what Phil Brooks did at All Out either, but dude, look at yourself in the mirror before you start talking shit. Jesus Christ.
It's a fair take, a very fair take. All right. Well, that being said, let's go ahead and move on to a guy that's literally wearing the shirt of possibly a winner. So, again, Chris, you got 3 picks and 3 winners. Who do you think is going to win the men's Royal Rumble match? It's going to be Cody. And who do you think will main event WrestleMania for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championships against Roman Reigns or Kevin Owens? And 3 numbers.
Well, for the men, my first pick is definitely going to be Cody Rhodes. I have no doubt in my mind. I actually had Cody Rhodes locked in for a while now, and I kept this hush-hush about it. Now, this is where things get kind of interesting for me. Now I know that the main event is Roman versus Kevin Owens, and something big is going to happen at the end of this. If The Rock does show up in the main event, there you go. But if not, it could be in the Rumble match. So I'm going to say that my second choice is going to be The Rock.
All right.
My number 3 pick. I've been going back and forth on this for at least a while.
That buddy?
We know about Sami Zayn's final test. Maybe his final test, if he wants to be fully a bloodline member,
right?
Maybe his final test is you win the Royal Rumble. That could be his final test. is win the Royal Rumble match.
Right.
But if he's going to make his final test in the main event tonight, then I might go with a different third pick.
Just know, come 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you and every single person in the league picks are final. Period.
I have Cody Rhodes. I have The Rock. My third and final pick is either between Sami Zayn and Seth freaking Rollins.
All right, then. So, Dwayne, as I look at the primary pick across the entire league here, whopping 49 people pick Cody Rhodes. Second is actually Seth freaking Rollins with a very big 7. And then the following one after that is actually The Rock. So, and that's the primary.
I forgot my number.
Top pick. Oh, and yeah. What's up with your numbers, please? Numbers. Go ahead, numbers.
I made my numbers.
I was waiting for this because it's time for my Rumble Tumbler.
That's right. We got to do the drawing. But I feel like no matter what number he picks, folks, it's safe to say it's going to be Cody.
It's going to be Cody. So my number is my first one. I'm going to go with
number 1.
I missed the Tumbler.
It's actually 28.
28.
28.
28. That's a good one. Okay.
Number 28.
And again, you want stats on that? Watch the Championship Network Multiverse Media watch along tonight. And Stat Boy will give you the coverage on all the numbers.
My numbers.
Watch Chris win this whole thing.
My second pick. My second is 27.
There we go. Oh my God.
27 back to back. This thing's rigged.
No. My final
You're going to be 26.
It's
29.
17.
17. Okay.
So yeah, 17, 27, and 28.
Hey Chris,
right.
you want to double check? You want to double check and make sure there's not a 2 in between. That's and make sure that's a 1.
No, actually, I botched. No, wait a minute. I actually botched my 28. It's actually 23.
Okay.
So 17, 23, 27. Throw your numbers in the lobby, folks. Let's hear you. You see what the team says. You look up how many people picked freaking number 30, for example, out of the team alone. Big G, Jeff, Aaron, K-Fade, JJ, Song, Mikey T. They went after 30. We got a couple of brave souls here that went out and abound by themselves. Big G with 19. Josh with 12. Me and Walter are sharing number 7, and we're not sharing it in the treehouse over a bong. We got Jerry Slaughter, Caitlin Bella, Con Andrew, 26. I mean, the numbers are all over the place. Numbers that haven't been even touched. 9, 10, 11, 14, 20. So again, what number is going to win? Who will get the lucky number? That is part of the fun. And we will all find out soon enough. But again, folks, doesn't matter the number. It's going to be Cody. That being said, I just got to put it out there. All right? I just got to put it out there. We still got 2 wonderful minds left to explore the Men's Royal Rumble, so let's go ahead with Dwayne here. Dwayne, your numbers, your picks, and your thoughts. How's the Men's Royal Rumble match looking for you? Who do you got your road to WrestleMania?
First of all, let's talk about returns.
All righty.
People are coming back. I see returning for the Rumble. I see possibly Matt Riddle coming back.
Bro.
I don't know. I doubt we'll see Randy Orton or Big. In fact, I know we won't see Big E because he's made it clear they're not even going to look at him until after it's been a year since his accident, which I believe was around March.
It was around March, and as of right now, it's looking very, very, very realistic, retirement-esque.
I mean, we already know Edge is probably coming. AJ's out. I mean, who else is there really to come back that's worth noting for? Possibly, even though this guy doesn't have a stone cold chance in hell of winning it, possibly Rick Boogs coming back.
Oh yeah, Rick Boogs is a thing.
Hogan, are you kidding me?
I mean, if you hear that guitar riff, you know Just his entrance alone is entertaining to me.
Fair enough. He is an entertaining guy.
My pick to win, first of all, I'm going to put this out there. If the men's Rumble is opening the show, The Rock's not going to be in it. I'm sorry.
Right.
That's just me. If The Rock was going to be in it, it would be either closing the show or end of the show.
Right.
So my number one pick, I can't remember which order I had these in, Eric. So if I go out of order, just stay with what I put in the form, Noah.
Noted.
Of course, my number one pick is Cody. I mean, who else is there? My number two pick is Sami Zayn.
Fair, okay.
My prediction for his final test, Roman's going to make him go number one.
Whoa.
So,
damn. You get eliminated your ex-style from the bloodline.
I do not know. I think it's either going to be that or he's going to pretty much tell him to take Owens out completely. So
that's no main event.
Number two. Number three, definitely picking Seth Rollins.
All right. I like that. Yeah. What if Sami Zayn's final test is to literally run the Royal Rumble, and if he fails, then Solo Sikoa has every right to execute him? What if Solo Sikoa and Jey Uso are both involved in this role? What if they are like an insurance policy or a tracker to make sure that Sami Zayn is held accountable for this final test? What if the bloodline in any capacity is involved in the Royal Rumble here to eliminate the biggest threats, according to maybe the wise men that could be an opposition to the Tribal Chief's dominance as much as Kevin Owens has been? That's another interesting thing to think about if Sami Zayn is involved in the Rumble, or anybody for that matter. And I feel like this is just a dark horse Iron Man for me. I think Solo Sikoa can literally sweep a lot of this field if he's in the Royal Rumble. Notice he's not in the graphic. But Jeff, your thoughts, your three picks, and your numbers as you wrap up the men's Royal Rumble for us before we conclude to the women.
Well, I can completely see the point of having Sami run the Rumble, because as we all know, Roman had to do that with his title on the line.
2016.
So he's could be looking at it as like, this is what I can do. You need to do this too. So I could honestly see that. However, I don't have Sami. I have him in the Rumble. I don't have him in the Final Four. So I don't think that is actually going to be his final test. I think the final test is going to happen during the championship match itself. So that's the way I look on that. So first of all, my number one pick is Noah. Hit it.
It's gotta be Cody.
Gotta be Cody. That's right. That's my number one. Number two and number three, I'm looking outside the box. I'm not picking The Rock. I'm not picking Rollins. I'm not picking the ones that people normally pick. I'm picking people that I think deserve a run for the title. My number two pick would be Karrion Kross. This guy has been on fire lately. And I think that even though he's a heel, Roman, even though he's a heel, he's really considered much of a face, because we're in the era now where you cheer the bad guys and you boo the good guys. Or Cena's nice little haircut that he got, or his bald spot. Anyway, I've got Karrion Kross as my second pick. I think that the guy he had an amazing run as champion in NXT. I think that this little revamped character of the NXT character, the original, thank God he got rid of the crappy outfit he had before.
Let's not talk about that.
No. This run with him is so far amazing. I like this feud with Rey Mysterio that he just had, which I think personally that's not done. We got at least one more match to go.
Right, especially with just a crucifix out of nowhere, a roll up.
Correct. It's not over. That's definitely not over. But I do like this version of Karrion Kross. I think that he is one of the top contenders for this Rumble.
Fair enough.
My number three pick would be another guy who's won Battle Royals. He's won King of the Ring. I'm talking Baron Corbin.
What?
Yes. Now hear me out. This version of Baron Corbin is not the same version as we've seen with Happy Corbin. Yes, it's got a little similarities, but I think with the tutelage of JBL, someone who's held that title for 11 months, I think he would have a really good run with the title. It's a one title he has not gotten. So why not have him win the Rumble and have him win the title and then run with it as JBL is his manager? I see that as a possibility.
I'm actually looking at the pool right now to see if anybody picked Baron Corbin at all. Shout out again now to what is 79 of you, plus the team overall in this league. Get your predictions in. But again, continue.
Yep. I also see someone showing up in the Rumble that we've seen his wife wrestle, coming out as the Knockouts champion. You're going to see Nick Aldis in this Rumble. I have a feeling you're going to see Mr. Aldis, which means you're going to see Mickie James in the Women's Rumble, and we'll talk about that later. But my picks for numbers, I went unorthodox, if you will. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 10 numbers that have not won the Rumble. Okay.
Correct.
You're looking at 4, 6, 7, 9, 11, 12, 15, 20, 21, and 26.
Some of those numbers wouldn't even fit anybody on the Team No DQ, including me.
Right. Yep. None of those numbers have won the Royal Rumble. 3 of these numbers I have chosen. I think that this year you're going to see one of those numbers win the Rumble. I went with number 4. I think this is when Cody's going to come in. I think he's obviously going to start off early. He's been training to get back to full health, which obviously he is. I think you're going to see a better Cody than you've ever seen before. And I think he's going to be in there the longest out of anybody else. So I've got him as number 4. I also picked number 15, dead center of the pack. As we know, 15 was the not so good number for Lesnar when he got eliminated by Drew McIntyre.
After he went a freaking consecutive 13 eliminations.
Yes, and Drew did very well at the number 15 spot. So 15 is a good number to go with. So I went 15, and I went on the far end. So I've got one in the beginning, one in the middle, one at the end. I picked 26. I think that, you're in the match for a good, maybe 10 minutes at that point.
At least.
So yeah, I mean, because it's 90 seconds that people come out. So, I think 26 could be a good viable number too. So my numbers are 4, 15, and 26.
Before I give it to Dwayne, I just want to give you all a quick update on our other horseman, Mark Griffith. He is facing technical difficulties, but he did, of course, put in his predictions, and we'll see you soon again, brother. His actual 3 picks in this order. His third is Seth freaking Rollins. His second is Sami Zayn, and his primary, I think we all know what it was.
Cody.
Yep.
That's Cody. He also picked Bray Wyatt, Bianca Belair, and Roman Reigns, of course, in the first 3 matches, which I'm sure no one's surprised about. And his numbers, wow, he just went with the straight end of the field, 28, 29, and 30. Now, Dwayne, I believe you have a quick thought rebuttal before we move it to the other Rumble, so go ahead.
First of all, I don't think I gave you my numbers, did I?
Well, I mean, I have them on the forum, but you did not say them out here.
Okay. I don't remember what they were anyway.
Oh, I can say that.
But I don't know my numbers.
Yeah, you only picked one number. You picked number 3. You only put down one number.
Okay, I must have misread what it said. I thought it was just one number.
No,
I did pick number 3 because, like Jeff said, Cody's going to be the Iron Man in this match. So I think he's coming in early.
Fair enough.
I'll go with 3. 3, 16, 22.
All right. And, of course, James, Chris, make sure you fill out the form, make your picks official. Dwayne, I'll update your entry in case you forget because I heard it on video.
Oh, no.
Everyone, make sure you hold yourself accountable with the form. That's how I make everything official. Does anyone have a thought regarding Matt Cardona maybe showing up after Joe Henry made a song that says you're just Edge's bitch?
Yeah, I could see that.
I think Matt Cardona's more realistic than Nick Aldis, personally. That's just my take.
quite frankly, another person I see coming tonight's Pat McAfee.
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Now that college is over, yeah.
That'd be fun. Imagine Michael Cole, he's in his stoic robotic self with Wade Barrett, and Wade Barrett sees fun Michael Cole because his best friend Pat McAfee shows up at the Royal Rumble. Michael Cole jumps up out of his seat. That would be actually pretty funny. I like that idea. What's on your mind, Chris?
I just had an idea. The returns I could see tonight for the men. I do see Pat McAfee. I do see Edge. I could see Logan Paul tonight.
He's injured, isn't he?
Is he
still injured?
He's getting better, and I think he's coming back. I could see, since this is in Texas, I see Stone Cold Steve Austin. I see Austin tonight. Also, I was looking on social media about a Forbidden Door entrant.
Well, you got 13 spots, so there has to be some sort of surprise.
I believe we're going to see Chris Jericho tonight. And also, I think Nick Aldis is going to be coming. Yeah. And I'm making
if Nick Aldis is in there, I want this man in there too. I want the face-to-face.
And I'm making this a bold prediction right now that we are going to see Rusev Day back in WWE tonight.
As much as I would love to hear Rusev Day chants, Mira right now is doing her stuff. I just don't see that happening. It's optimistic thinking. And the fact we're talking about Edge only has one enemy, and that enemy is not even on this graphic as officially in the Rumble. Finn Balor. He has not even been announced for the Royal Rumble at all.
Well, neither is Dominic Mysterio.
Or Dominic or Damian Priest either, to be that man.
Yeah.
I think Dominic was announced, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because he's training with his mommy, Rhea Ripley.
I can see Rey Mysterio and Dominic starting off the Royal Rumble.
Ooh, the confrontation.
Yeah, now I got a question. There's been somebody who's been training. He got the clear to come back. We're not even stopping to think, what if we see the welcome back in-ring debut kind of thing of one Corey Graves? He's got the good to go. So, and he's stated he would love to put on his wrestling boots again. What if we see him in the Rumble? I mean, it's a possibility.
Just give me Corey Graves versus Pat McAfee.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
I want that. I wouldn't mind that. Like I said, Corey Graves, he wants to get back in the ring. He was destroyed when he couldn't stop. He had to stop competing in NXT. Wade Barrett, he says, is glad I'm retired. But I can see him pulling out maybe one more bullhammer elbow just to eliminate somebody. It'd be a fun moment. Booker T, maybe. We are in Texas. Honestly, I could see at least one talent from NXT showing up. And if it's not Carmelo Hayes, it could be Grayson Waller. There's a viral moment for you.
Or Cameron Grimes.
Grimes. I almost forgot about that guy.
Yeah.
Tama Tonga, he's still doing work in New Japan Pro Wrestling right now. I know they showed interest, but again, a Forbidden Door, that'd be definitely open.
What about the Great Muta?
Muta's a shout, actually. I could see him. I could see him coming.
Yeah.
He's done everything else. JPW, Noah, and JPW. He's not done the WWE. That's a fair shout. That's a fair shout.
What were you going to say, Dwayne?
I said, what about Jay White?
Jay White.
That's a stretch because he's got Battle in the Valley against Eddie Kingston coming up. It's one of those things where, again, the Royal Rumble, you don't know who's going to show up after the buzzer. So, again, wouldn't count out. I don't know, Rikishi?
No, he's sick. Remember, that's why they did this.
Or X-Pac.
X-Pac would be more I could see.
X-Pac freaking gets broken in half.
Well,
one-off returns. What about Goldberg? I've been hearing he might come in.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Here we go again.
I wouldn't
see him, but I'm just throwing names that's been rumored for it.
To be honest with you, I would not mind seeing, I think Otis will be in there. That to me, I think Otis will be in the Rumble.
And
But
that
here's
big
where
man.
I'm going with it. I would love to see a worm off between Otis and Scotty Too Hottie.
Yeah.
Okay?
Or they just
Dude,
or they
if
just
the
both
two of
do it.
them are the only two in that ring, there's your opportunity to do it. Who's doing
Hey.
it better?
Hey, listen,
someone
you can
goes
do
over the top.
both. I say you do both. Why not? Just do it.
We
Have them
once
do a
had-
warm off right
We
there.
once had McFoley and Santino do Socko versus Cobra. Okay,
Yeah.
we
Yep.
don't need something like that in 2023. Oh my gosh, y'all crazy.
Hey,
Step
you're
one,
gonna
any other
have
wild
crazy
ideas
moments
from
in the
you?
Rumble. That's the thing. You're gonna
I'm
have
leaving
crazy.
Andy. I'm done.
I think we've covered the spectrum of crazy ideas. Let's say I can think of another name from Texas.
I'm going to get on a supersonic plane and fly to Texas, and I'm going to go in the Royal Rumble. How about that?
Fine.
There you go.
I'll friggin' do it. I'll go to commentary. What the hell not? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just trying to think. Did we cover everybody that you could possibly think of that could show up in the Royal Rumble?
I will
Bob
say,
Mac- Mac Cardona.
I think you'll see 3 people from NXT in this Rumble. Yeah,
Bob
I think you'll
Wagner?
have 3 people. I agree with Carmelo Hayes. I agree with Waller. But you know what? He's already been on the main roster. Bring in Braun Breaker for this Rumble.
He's the NXT champion.
Exactly. He's not going to win, obviously, but bring him in for the Rumble. Why not?
Kevin
Okay.
Owens debuted as the NXT champion too.
That's fair enough. Why is Pete Dunne not on this graphic?
What did I say my number was for Sami Zayn, by the way?
Oh God.
I forget.
Yeah,
I
you try to
forget
associate Sami Zayn, you'll be doing 999 different possibilities. I
I'll,
don't know, man.
I'll just go 2. I don't know. I'm
Again,
going with 2.
James, just put 3 numbers on the form and don't let your brain explode. That's all I need by
Right.
7:30. All right. I think we covered everybody besides Bob Backlund and Sergeant Slaughter at this point. Good grief.
Maybe.
So I think we've covered every possible man from every possible company with a negotiable contract that could show up at the Men's Royal Rumble. But the bottom line is this: it will not be Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's going to be Cody.
Yes.
All right. Let's go ahead and move on to our other Rumble. And the fact that it's in there later, I really want to expect big things from this, especially since less than 2/3 of the field is actually known. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. The Women's Royal Rumble match, where you have the following announced: Tamina, Emma, Shayna Baszler, Liv Morgan, Dakota Kai, Rhea Ripley, Bailey, Raquel Rodriguez, or Gonzalez, whatever name you go with, Io Shirai or Io Sky, Candice LeRae. I almost said the other Candice. That was one of my go-tos back in the early 2000s. Go Daddy. Not Carmella, Selena Vega, actually. And after last night, should I really be talking about this person? Lacey Evans. And the rest are unknown. All right. I'm just going to say this in the most polite way possible. Do we believe that anybody has a snowball chance in hell? And I know we're in Texas, which is a desert, with a bigger chance of winning right now this Women's Royal Rumble besides Rhea Ripley? I'm just saying. In fact, Mark made Rhea Ripley. What? All right, well, maybe that's a possibility. Mark Grimmett's 3 picks in this order. His third is Raquel Gonzalez. And by the way, she's from Texas. The second is actually Rhea Ripley for him. His top is Becky Lynch. And again, his numbers are 28, 29, and 30. So once again, I open the floor to the panel. Who wants to go first?
Me.
Chris, go ahead.
Me.
Yes, you. your three picks for the Women's Royal Rumble. And
I'm gonna go with
what you think might transpire.
I'm gonna go with some returns. I said about Rusev. We're gonna see Lana tonight. We're gonna see Lana. We're gonna see Doudrop tonight. We're gonna see Beth Phoenix. I could see Cora Jade.
Ooh.
I see Zoe Starks.
Andrew.
Okay, maybe Roxanne Perez.
NXT Women's Champion. You're trying to showcase the NXT champions.
I know I said about Beth Phoenix. And tonight, she is going to be making her return to the company.
Uh-oh. That has me worried. That has me
No.
worried right now.
Well, we're sitting on our butts right now. So where do I'm going with this? Tonight, we're seeing the return of Nia Jax.
You're fired. You're fired. You're
No, I'm
fired.
not.
You're
No.
fired. We're done. We're out. Good night, everybody. That's been the Simply Predicted. We're done. Please not share, comment, tell a friend. It's over. We're done. I'm gone.
Man,
You
you
know
talk
what?
about a nut punch.
If Nia
With
Jax-
somebody else.
If Nia Jax shows up tonight,
Please,
I am
no.
officially quitting the WWE, dude.
Oh my
That is
God, please,
Botchamania, Matthew Wet dream of YouTube content. You wrong, boy.
You would be hearing about her hole all over again.
Yeah.
No.
But
Leave this
I
room.
think-
I'm gonna
I
leave
Leave
this
the
room.
memories alone. I don't want it to say.
James,
Where it
I'm not
is.
monetized, but stop singing.
That's how it used to be. Please don't bring her back. I beg. Just leave the memories alone. I don't want to think about her whole
James
over
just
again.
became the Britney Spears woman. Leave her alone. Leave it alone.
But
Leave Nia at home.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
technical difficulties.
Yeah, there we go. Fucking hell.
All right, back to reality. Let's pretend that never happened. Chris, continue.
But my 3 picks. My number 1, I'm definitely going for Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
My number 2 pick is Becky Lynch. And here's why I'm going to put I said Becky because I was hearing the reports they're going to think about doing a 2-time winner for the first time and personally the only 2 people I really thought about was Becky Lynch and Asuka. And I do see Asuka returning tonight. And I do see Naomi returning tonight as well.
Really? Naomi? Okay.
So I don't think Asuka is going to be winning tonight. So that's why I didn't put her as my number 2. So Becky is my number 2 because with the Elimination Chamber, I do think Bianca is going to drop the Raw Women's Championship, and WrestleMania, the Raw Women's title match is going to be Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship. And where would that leave Bianca Belair? We already saw it this past Monday. We saw a tease. It's going to be Charlotte Flair versus Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania. But I don't know if Bianca's going to be a heel or a face in that match.
Bianca's never been healed per se, so that would be weird.
So we're going to
Charlotte of all people.
We're going to see.
Yeah.
True. For a small period of time, you're right.
So we're going to have to see. My number 3, I originally had Bayley as my 3rd pick, but I'm not going for Bayley because we already saw Bianca Belair versus Bayley. We already saw Charlotte versus Bayley. We already saw that. It's time to see someone fresh. We need to see fresh mashups in WWE.
They don't got a whole lot of that in this women's division, unfortunately. But
that's
continue.
why and I am not going with Big Baller G's favorite Shayna Baszler because I do think we're going to get Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler going for the Women's Tag Team Championship at WrestleMania.
Okay, that would be all right. I'll take that. I can tolerate that.
So there's that. But my number 3 pick, and I'm making this official, I enjoyed her down in NXT. And I will always still enjoy her on the main roster. I picked her on my first panel video for WrestleMania when they did NXT Stand and Deliver back-to-back nights.
Yes.
And she was in the main event of NXT Stand and Deliver Night 1. I'm going for my number 3 pick. I'm going with Raquel Rodriguez as my third and final pick to win the Women's Royal Rumble match. So my 3 picks are Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, Raquel Rodriguez.
That's a good lineup. Dwayne, the primary across the entire poll, over half of the people in the poll, and now it's up to 80. They did pick Rhea Ripley, but it looks like secondary is, actually pretty even across the board. They got Shayna Baszler, they got Becky, they do have Raquel, and then some people went haywire with the likes of Selena Vega and even Maurice, who's not on the graphic. That's an interesting one. Sean Garner got some thoughts here before I give it to you. Liv Morgan may be the Iron Woman of the Rumble, and Zoe Stark is not injured. Wait, which one's injured? Oh, the other one with the butt. Nikita Lyons. Okay. Let's see here.
Don't disrespect Nikita Lyons as far as the looks go. I mean,
Look,
the
all I
wrestling
know is that
ability
people associate Nikita Lyons with peaches. That's all I know.
I love me some peaches.
All right, let's keep it civil here. Chelsea Green may be in the women's level. That's a fair shout. We haven't seen her, but I heard that she's signed. Honestly, she might be the female maximum male model assistant to Maxine, who's not even in this thing, but might be as well. Mandy Rose comes back tonight. It's a huge pop. Dude, she's a 7.
I can see it happen.
Yeah, she's 7 figures, and it had nothing to do with WWE. She's fine.
Yeah,
and shout out to RNG. Nice to see you. He has a Team Roman. We're not on that, but respect. Acknowledge Tribal Chief. Okay, Dwayne. So, what's your thoughts regarding the Women's Royal Rumble? What's your 3 picks? Who could you see showing up? Could something be settled or set up for even WrestleMania, if not the Elimination Chamber? What you got?
Well, I'll be perfectly honest with you. This is probably the one match of the whole show that I'm not really into. They haven't really done much build up to it whatsoever, as far as
besides one person.
Just people declaring he's going to be in it is all. But Chris made me want to change my pick on this one, though, because I remember him saying, and I read about it too, that Shane and Ronda's going for the tag titles at Mania. I had Shayna Baszler as one of my picks. I do believe.
Right.
But I'm going to change my picks altogether. Rhea Ripley's still going to be my primary pick. I just don't see nobody else. My number 2 pick's Raquel Rodriguez, because I forgot that she was from Texas as well. So they got to have a hometown hero do something tonight.
She's going to get
my number 3 pick's going to be Naomi. I think Naomi's going to come back tonight.
You're holding out like Aaron Ripp. I can respect that. All right, then. Pretty short, sweet, simple, and to the point. Like I said, if it's not Rhea Ripley, who the hell else do you have in this spot? And who do you set up the challenge for? Do you set up the challenge for the Raw or the SmackDown Women's Championship for WrestleMania? Because obviously, the brand-based winner is going to challenge for the brand-based title, because I don't know if they're still going to do Royal Rumble winner gets to pick one title they actually get to decide for. Blah, 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 blah. So, at this point, who does Charlotte Flair face at WrestleMania? Why Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair is the match should have happened last year at SummerSlam. That's my fair take. But with Beth Phoenix being back and Raquel literally concertoed her last year at Extreme Rules, does Beth make it her goal to get revenge and eliminate Rhea Ripley from this Rumble to set up a one-on-one match for Montreal, Quebec, Canada Elimination Chamber? Or could it come down maybe to those two as the final and Rhea still overcomes that? Bottom line, I do feel that Rhea Ripley still needs to freaking win this Women's Royal Rumble. And the Men's Royal Rumble, I feel, is going to set this up, Judy. I think you very well could be on point here, and that would be a banger of a different sort. But, Jeff, what's your thoughts towards the Women's Royal Rumble match? Your free picks, your surprises. What can you see set out of it? Who deserves to go to WrestleMania?
Well, first of all, in the graphic, you mentioned that up in the upper left there that was Tamina. That's actually Xia Li. But I do see Tamina as one of the entrants coming in. Obviously, I talked about it earlier that I think Mickie James will be in this one as well. So once again, she'll be bringing that Knockouts Championship around her waist, which it was really cool to see that. I think personally that Naomi, I agree with that. I think it's time for her to come back. let bygones be bygones kind of thing. But on the other hand, we were talking about that forbidden door, and not that it's going to happen, but it would be really cool to see it. Would be the return, well, sort of return, I guess you could say, of Mercedes Moné. And she would not be in as Sasha Banks. She would be in as Mercedes Moné, doing a one-time thing. I would actually like to see this former character. I would even like to see Kairi Sane come in for one more Rumble. I think this would be pretty cool. And then have the two of them happen to be there, because we already know what's going on next month. The Rumble in the Valley. This is kind
Battle of the Valley,
this is kind of heightening up that match as well. So to me, it would be really cool to see something like that outside of the company coming into this company. So, but I do see Beth. I think Beth and Rhea would be the final two. I think that's how it's going to end. My main pick is Rhea Ripley. My second pick is Raquel Gonzalez. I will go with that. I will go with that. And my third pick is Shayna Baszler. As much as I would like to actually see an NXT competitor win the Rumble, something that's never been done, obviously. It's not this year. Maybe next year we will see something out of the box like that happen. But it's always good to see NXT superstars in this, because it shows me that they're just as important as the main roster.
Completely agree.
And I'm all for NXT being as a part of this. I mean, like Survivor Series, when they had Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT, they need to bring that back.
That was one of the best Survivor Series I've seen in over a decade. I'm so damn glad the Black and Gold won, because they deserve to. Damn it.
Exactly. And now that they've done War Games, now that's pretty much going to be the thing for Survivor Series. Does it eliminate it? Maybe. It depends on if they actually bring back the 5-on-5 match, because that's the one thing that I missed. And that was the downfall. But anyway, that's going in a different direction. I got as I said, I got Ripley, Gonzalez, and Baszler as my 1, 2, 3.
I wouldn't mind seeing from NXT, because she has the longest tenure down there, and Johnny Gargano's already up there. Let's get a reunion. Let's get Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell back together in the Women's Royal Rumble, and let's see how their way takes them through the field. I think that'd be pretty cool. You brought up Kairi. You already know you got Io Shirai, and previously we saw Asuka and Io Shirai have a Japanese promo banter, and I need more of those in my life. Thank you. Angry Japanese women arguing in wrestling. Yes, please. That's hilarious. Even with the subtitles. But if Asuka comes back as Kana, that's how you make sure that she's the winner. That's why I make her one of my 3 picks, honestly. But if I could get Asuka, Kana, Io Shirai, and Kairi Sane all in that ring at the same time, that is a moment right there, people. That is a moment. So that's just some of my takes. As far as other female talent in NXT UK women talent, there have been a lot of those there. They've been pushing Kaylee Ray quite a bit. I can see Alba Fire maybe being one of the ones they might put in there. You want to talk about athletes that are truly capable. Aloy Valkyrie, formerly undefeated all the time in NXT UK, is another one. One that works backstage. It'd be great to see. Jeff, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Overcome this person, the final boss, Michael Satomura, just to get a thought. So that's just some of my key things when I think about women that could show up. Now, we're in Texas, right? So what sort of legends and what sort of surprises could show up there? I got to be honest with you, because they teased it last year with them looking at each other with the sign in the middle. I can see Lita. I can see Lita showing up here again, and maybe somehow they build Lita for Charlotte Flair, which never happened. So Amy Dumas, I think, is another one to look out for, if I'm being perfectly honest here. Manuel says here that the only way Naomi wins the Rumble is if she has the Bloodline music as her entrance, so she no longer feels the glow. But Blue Lantern says, no way, Manuel, she needs to keep the glow entrance. All right, interesting tidbit. As I say, the stat boy for last, this one for fun. James, do you think that Naomi needs to show up and still be a yay zing? Or do you think that's going to happen? What's your takeaways for this Women's Royal Rumble, besides Rhea Ripley winning? Do you have a 3? Do you have any surprise? Do you have any storylines that should develop? Let your mind wander, man. What you got?
Well, honestly, as far as Naomi, I'm surprised she's even being talked about. I'm pretty sure she's on her way out the freaking door too. I'm not seeing.
Well,
them
she's still on the roster
any
page, if that says
longer.
anything.
Yeah, so was Sasha Banks for the longest time, and now she's not there, and she's in New Japan. So,
Man.
I mean, I don't know. It really would come down to if Mercedes is there, she's there, but I don't see it happening. Maybe it could happen, but I don't know. I know she would be the female member. If she comes in there, the only way I see it happening, too, in her eyes is, well, you better put me in the fucking bloodline.
Yeah.
Because she's been asking for that for how many years now?
Right.
Since they started this thing? So
I lost track of time, but it's been a while, to say the least.
So ever since it started, so 2020. Yeah, man, I'm over that whole thing with Naomi. As far as
hot start to the men's. I'm not sure who you start with this year's women's Royal Rumble. Last year was Sasha Banks and Melina, and they only let those two collide for 15 seconds.
Do you need my picks to be uttered on the air? I can say my picks on the air as well.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Like I said, you're just going to fill out the form, so I'll make it official. But go ahead. That's what we're here for.
I picked Rhea Ripley. I think I went with 28 for her.
You tried to match up your freaking picks with numbers. That's brilliant.
Yeah, and I went with number 29. I went with Emma, but that's my third pick.
Emma!
Yeah, I didn't know who to pick, so I just had a throwaway pick.
Wow, dude. You could have picked somebody that's been on WWE for longer than her.
Listen, man, I don't know. I just went with the fucking option. My second pick overall, I think I went with Asuka because she's been on a roll recently, and they're trying to make her like back to her old roots. So I can see her actually winning it.
For people to know. Go ahead.
I think I picked her at 18. So she comes out at number 18 and she wins the Rumble.
Yeah, and again, folks, you are looking at a current graphic as far as what I'm aware of. 3, 6, 9, 12. Not even half the field known for the women's Royal Rumble. So take that for what you will. I mean, if Eric Young shows up, I can see a repackaged Nikki Cross involved in this thing too. But yeah, it's not like they have a lot of top-tier women candidates to win this thing to main event WrestleMania. Besides Rhea Ripley. Okay.
Kelly?
No. All right. She looks pretty, but she can't go that. And not even the legend Summer Rae can go that.
Been in every one of them, hasn't she?
I think so. I mean, this is what, the 6th women's Royal Rumble, something like that.
Yeah. It seems like she's in every one of them.
But there you go. All right. Well, this has been fun. So last but not least, Stat Boy, we are getting closer at least, but let your mind wander as long as it possibly can and break down as much as you want the women's Royal Rumble match. Take it away.
All right. As far as my numbers, I think I picked 12, 16, and 27. Those were my numbers for the Rumbles, for both of them. The women
That's
is
correct.
The women, Rhea's the number one. She's the favorite and all that. I have considered the two-time women's winner, and so I threw Becky Lynch there as number 2, and I put Shayna Baszler at number 3. As far as the surprise entrance, like I said, the world is wide open. Let's throw in Birdie Joe from the Bella Twins, and let's throw in Maurice's and children, Monroe and.
The next generation.
Let's put the children into the Royal Rumble because let's face it, if Rhea Ripley wants to grab heat, she will pick up the children and throw them over the top rope. That will get mommy heat. Every mother, in fact, let's bring Lacey's daughter. Let's put her in the Royal Rumble as well. Okay.
I'm just gonna let this continue.
Yeah, we'll have 4 little children running around trying to beat up the other girls and. Okay, that was too much even for me. No, we have to keep the children safe.
Yes.
And the reason I brought this up was because I believe the last Rumble I saw, Nikki and Brie were in it. They had little Birdie Joe backstage running around with Nikki ASH's cape and mask on. It was the cutest little thing. And then Birdie Joe went up to her mommy and said, "You knocked off Dodo." Talking to her about her auntie Nicole. She goes, "You knocked her down. Why did you do that to my auntie?" So
I'm gonna get revenge on you.
Yeah, it was cute for I believe Birdie Joe, I believe, is a 6-year-old now, but 2 years ago she was a 4-year-old, and she's like, "Don't beat up my mommy and don't beat up my auntie Toto."
They're gonna grow up so fast.
I know they are growing up quite. Yeah. The biggest name I did remember is, and I said this, I think, on last week's or 2 weeks ago open mic night, if they were ready, Ava Rain, the Rock's daughter, if by some chance she is anywhere ready to go in that type of, I would put her in there.
I don't think she's had any in-ring action on NXT yet.
Yeah. And then, of course, I threw out all the NXT names, Toxic Attraction, the NXT Women's Champion. There are just going to be so many names that I'm gonna be sitting there, and you're gonna throw to me, and they're gonna be like, "What do you know about this person?" I'm like, nothing, because I didn't know they were gonna be in it.
Well, I mean, I'll try and keep you in touch. But yeah, the problem with WWE, remember how they talk about they are doing the women's evolution? It feels like we're having a regression when it comes to who can be on the marquee with anybody at WrestleMania. Again, I thought a marquee match was Belair versus Flair. They're both the damn champions, so they can't be in a match against each other because it's not Survivor Series, and they're not going to unify the divisions. They're not. So besides Rhea Ripley, again, Asuka, she got her loss finally at WrestleMania 34. She needs redemption, so give her the win back. You teased Lita and Charlotte Flair, so put Lita in there. If Beth Phoenix wants to finish out a program with Rhea Ripley, do that, and then send Rhea on to WrestleMania to take on the EST. And besides that, I honestly don't have anything else right now for the WWE Women's Division main roster-wise. That's sad, because I really don't. So, there we have it. All right. Well, I think we about covered everything. So unless anyone else has any other thoughts regarding tonight's Royal Rumble show, history, or anything you hope for, I think we about conclude everything here. Blue Lantern wants old school Eric Young back, TNA Eric Young. I mean, if Camille ever showed up from freaking NWA, that would definitely break my screen. I know that she talked about maybe going to W one day, but she's still the Burke, so I don't see that happening. Jazz, maybe she can show up. That'd be interesting. I mean, heck, I saw Tara this week on TNA, and I heard Broken, and that's like one of my dark crushes. So, I mean, Victoria showing up again in the Royal Rumble, I think that'd be pretty damn cool. You could maybe have Natalya and Beth Phoenix. They do their face-off. Dewdrop, Piper Niven has not been seen in forever. Whether she's being packaged or not, I guess she could come back. You don't have a real threat to your women's division to show up as far as a big dominating force you got to get up on, because Ronda Rousey's not going to be in this if she's not going to win. Duh. And at this point, yeah, I can't really think of anybody right now that could be really, oh my gosh.
What about Eva Marie?
No.
Even though I met her and she's a nice lady, no.
No. She sucks at wrestling. Please go away. No.
No.
No more.
No, wait, I take that back. I didn't meet Eva Marie. I met Natalie. I did not meet Eva Marie. I met Natalie. Her character, not worth it. The person, very nice lady. We kind of hot still kind of hot.
Or E. Torres could come back.
Now that I'll take. She's a former actual champion.
We mentioned all these women. Not once did Natalya come up.
Is she? Wait, was she even on the locker room leader?
No, she's not on the graphic.
Injured, ain't she? Didn't she break her nose?
I heard that she's set to miss the Royal Rumble tonight.
Oh, that's right. There was a nose fracture. Yeah,
nose injury.
I forgot about that. Damn.
Okay, you want to bring kids in? Let's bring Two Paws in. We'll have Snitsky come in and kick the cat. And be like,
No, please, no, leave the cats out of this. I'm a cat lover, man. No.
Aaron Riff would blacklist you for that comment.
No, man. No.
Look what I said. I said the children. I'm not getting any heat for it.
Aaron likes cats more than children, I think, at this point.
They are his children.
There you go.
Don't feel bad.
Brandy Rose has a more realistic freaking chance of showing up than freaking Eva Marie.
Hey, there's an idea. Why not? Why not bring Brandy Rhodes into the match?
Was
Into
she
the
I
training?
Rumble?
said that I think on open mic night.
Yeah. I watched Joseph Minor, by the way.
Yeah, but is she coming back as Brandy or as Eden?
That's a good question.
Good point. Eden was more capable, I feel like, than Brandy. So Scarlett Bordeaux, she had her actual first in-ring competition in WWE, so maybe she could possibly show up here in the field.
Yeah.
What sort of adventures will she get, though, is another question. Tegan Knox is nowhere to be found. Oh, wait, Amanda has an update for us regarding Piper. Has COVID? Oh, dear. Well, I hope that she's okay. Again, that's no joke. The C is still a very real thing.
Bill of health. I read her interview today.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
They giving her a clean bill of health. It was a heart issue. They thought it was, but they was looking into it.
Don't joke with people's lives. That's all I gotta say about that.
Well, I know Piper Niven has recently posted on Twitter. As far as like a recent picture of her, which was I think either today or yesterday. So, I mean, she's obviously seems to be doing well. So
that's good. It's good to know.
Yeah.
JBL.
Another one that we haven't said that could possibly come back.
What?
She injured as well.
What?
Shotzi.
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
one I
Let's
haven't
see.
seen come in.
Yeah, I mean, she did
Chelsea
come in.
Green.
Yeah, well, yeah, we
That's
talked
right.
about that. That might be the only realistic surprise in this Women's Royal Rumble, honestly. And is it really a surprise if it's already known that she's signed with the company? I mean, I'd love me a hot mess, but I don't know what they're going to do with the hot mess. Last time she was on there, SmackDown got injured.
Yeah.
I read just before we went on the air that they were talking about bringing Chelsea Green in with a Karen gimmick.
Oh, jeez.
Karen gimmick?
Yeah. In fact, I don't even know, was it on Aaron's page? Or I read it somewhere on there.
The
That's
last
all
thing I
gimmick
need in my
ever.
wrestling product is a Karen. Particularly no Karen Jarrett, okay? Definition of a Karen.
I don't like the way her ring gear looks. It's too offensive. Her boobs are hanging out.
we have Zelina Vega in the Rumble, correct?
Yes, we do.
What if we see Elektra Lopez? So you got the former Legado del Fantasma member with the new one.
I would like to see that confrontation, if I'm perfectly honest with you. I think that'd be pretty damn cool.
I've got a gut feeling Elektra Lopez is going to be one of the participants, and she will be in the ring with Zelina Vega.
I wonder if Molly Holly is going to be producing I wonder if she's going to be part of the producing of this year's Royal Rumble, all like she was last year's. I mean, with Triple H now at the helm again, this is a Triple H fully creative product. Let's keep that in mind, folks. Triple H is guiding this year of WWE Creative in full from the beginning. This is not going to be the same Royal Rumble event like we watched last year. So maybe the women will surprise us, but yeah, besides the women in NXT, how the hell do you make up over half of the field?
You get on the phone.
You got to bring them in.
Calling people.
Yeah, you got to bring them in. Different companies, legends. I mean, you're gonna NXT. That's where you get on the phone. Exactly.
Yeah, at this point, though, I mean, shoot, what the hell? Who do you call? I mean, I know someone talked about Dragon Lee for the men's. He was apparently in the Texas. Whether or not he's a surprise entrance in the Royal Rumble is a whole different thing.
So, he is signed with NXT. Dragon Lee is.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
as far as we know, as far as what everybody's saying.
Yeah, that's true. Again, rumor has it. You read it. You read it reportedly. I mean, who else is from Texas? Charmel. She has not wrestled since her freaking when.
Michelle McCool.
She did show up last year.
There's going to be a lot of.
We're going to go there. Might as well bring up the Undertaker as well.
See, Jacqueline's from Houston.
Jacqueline is from Houston.
Oh, Jacqueline.
Let's just call it what it is. There's going to be a lot of surprise entrants in the women's Rumble match.
Yeah.
Let's just call it as we see it.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be the bigger thing people are going to watch during this, the entrance versus the result, because I feel there's only one real result to actually happen that goes above and beyond any other result you can figure out in the women's. Why the most obvious result for the men's Rumble, and it's going to be Cody, is pretty much that. There still are other results that could happen for that. So again, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see, as the Royal Rumble now is literally within an hour of kickoff for even more chat and ranting. Again, I can't wait for this thing. I'm excited. I'm not going to lie. I am super excited. But knowing the match order where the men's Rumble is kicking off and the Universal Championship allegedly is closing. And Chris, I appreciate your insight, but let's always keep this in perspective, folks. Card subject to change. The order could change at bell time, just like that. Remember that. But that being said, I think we're about done here. Again, thank you everybody for that's been tuning in. You know, the whole thing are part of it. Thank you so far now to the 82 of you that's putting your predictions along with the team. Again, good luck, everybody. If you still are thinking and fickle, whether it's numbers or people, your predictions are not final until 7:30 p.m. tonight Eastern Standard Time. But I think we'll conclude for now, get some food, and just, you know, maybe watch an old school Royal Rumble like 2001, 7, 18, 92, 8, whatever the heck floats your boat in the meantime, too.
Hey, speaking of that, I actually have a plug that goes into what you just said. If you guys want to see a Royal Rumble
segue to James Hebert as he does his plugs right now.
So if you guys want to see Royal Rumbles or us reacting to Royal Rumbles from the past, I'm going to put it on the iCard when it's done being live for at least 24 hours. If you're watching this later, right here. And I'll also put it in the description after we're done being live here. Royal Rumble Match Marathon, which is me and Casey Gallagher watching old Rumbles. We picked 1998, 2000, 2001, 2008, and 2011. We did all of those. Go check those out if you haven't already. We also did retros on every single one of them on Owen's channel, the entire event. So go check that out. And that's really all I got to plug for FTW Productions, tentatively for the time being.
All right. Well, appreciate you, James, because as you know, you, I, Statboy, JJ, Jeff are all going to be literally across the Championship Network Multiverse Media to literally react and stat to tonight's Royal Rumble event. So with that being said, Statboy, been a hell of a good time. I'm looking forward to having you more often on these panels for just takes, rants, and statistics. And again, I know that we're going to literally be convening within an hour or so. But if there's anything you want to promote or anything else you want to say before we conclude?
Follow me on Twitter at LBStatKid1977. I want to see everybody Tuesdays at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for Statboy Sports Bar featuring Dory Lou as we wrap up the NFL playoffs. The conference championships are tomorrow. Philadelphia takes on San Francisco, and Kansas City takes on Cincinnati. Both teams are going to go to the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. We're also getting ready for the NHL All-Star Game and fantasy hockey and fantasy baseball coming up in the spring. And then the XFL.
Yeah, hopefully it has a better run than its previous two incarnations.
It's a 10-week season, that's all I know.
But fair enough. Chris, again, my friend, it's always a pleasure. Good luck tonight. Again, this is the start of WWE 2023. You got former two-time Galaxy champion Analyst Michael Wayne coming after you now. So anything you want to plug, where can people find you?
I want to thank all you guys for allowing me to be on again. The next time you'll definitely be seeing me, and I'll be back on here tomorrow with the Wrestling Roundtable with me, my buddy Jeff Chadwick, and also Noah Foster. And Jeff, who's going to be with us? Who's the final person that's going to be with us tomorrow?
I have no idea right now. I'm still up in the air. I'm hoping Mark, but we'll have to wait and see. It's usually last second before I know anything on that.
So make sure you guys watch the Wrestling Roundtable tomorrow, as we will be discussing the Royal Rumble, and then we'll be back here actually this week coming up, because we got another premium live event, and that is NXT Vengeance Day.
Yes,
so we got that with NXT Vengeance Day next Saturday. And then
stop madness, the wrestling industry.
And then we got the Elimination Chamber on February 18th. And then Friday, February 24th, you'll be seeing Josh Alexander versus Wish Ron for the Impact World Championship at
No surrender.
No surrender. So it's going to be a good event starting in February. But where you guys can find me at is my Insta, CMROTZ_6472. I posted about the Royal Rumble, so give me a like. My Snapchat is C_Rot17. My Twitter is uppercase CR lowercase OTZ24. My Facebook is Christopher Rods. I hope you guys all enjoy the Royal Rumble tonight. Good luck to everybody that is competing in 2023's WWE Predictions League. I submitted my picks as this moment. So
you, James, and Jeff renewed, I see.
So I'm possibly going to be finalized. Let's all have an amazing 2023 in predictions. Good luck to everybody. And let's have an amazing Royal Rumble tonight. And let's kickstart the road to WrestleMania.
Damn it. But he digress. Good stuff. Dwayne, hell of a debut for you, my friend. Great work. I hope to definitely see you on more of these going forward, too. But is there anything you want to plug and promote, where can people find you?
Really no plugs for myself. You can follow me on Facebook at Dwayne Atkinson. You can follow me on Twitter, Florida Gator Fan. Once again, I want to thank y'all for having me, for allowing me to be on this show. I had an absolute blast. I've been waiting like all freaking week. Noah's been hyping this up daily. Yeah, it was a blast, guys.
Good to have you on.
Come back. I really can't come back. Hopefully, possibly, maybe NXT Vengeance. If not,
we'll look at everyone's schedules and figure it out as always.
As far as Christopher goes, I'm coming for your title too, bro. I debuted last year in this league, and I was what, 6th?
You are 6th.
Yes, 6th out of what, 70?
There was close to 200 people in the WWE league alone.
So, anyways, everybody enjoy the Rumble tonight. It's gonna be a blast. I will catch you guys again down the road, I hope.
Alrighty.
I definitely have no problem with that. Jeff, like I said, always a pleasure, my friend. You, me, Chris, and Mark. And Mark, hope the ton of situations get resolved. Always appreciate you, my friend. Good luck tonight as well, too. Jeff, anything you want to promote, and where can people find you? And again, man, been a pleasure.
Well, there it is. Meltdown. You can find us on here on Facebook. And as you know, some of you might know, MWL, there we go. That is our prediction league. And we're 2/3 away through the season already. And Noah, as the champion, has got a tough time with the Stoner Blake English coming up. And that's tonight, I think, at the Rumble. So who will come out MWL champion? Guess we'll find out. Yeah, I think that we've got our own little thing going on with the Four Horsemen, and I'm holding everybody up. I am dead last, but that will change.
You only done one event, and it was Impact Wrestling Hard to Kill. This is the second event, so something can change.
Yeah, we got a year-long challenge that I issued back in December, and we started it with Impact. Tonight, I think the Royal Rumble, we're going to see a little switch in that standing there. So we'll wait.
Right.
You'll have to bring us the results and for tomorrow for the round table, which we are doing tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If anybody that's watching wants to be a part of the round table, please ask me. We just go around, talk about this week in wrestling, and we have a little fun with the last minute standing at the end. And if you haven't seen it, check it out on Meltdown. Check out some of our last 56 episodes, I believe. Yeah, it's good. It's a good time. So just hit me up if you are interested.
All right. Well, good stuff, everybody. Appreciate all of you as always. And again, I also appreciate everybody here that has been a part of this little watch along to the beginning, from the beginning to the very end. Thank you all for coming. Make sure you put in your predictions. Let's see here. Could I have Mott, please? I mean, RNG, we'll see. I mean, I do live stuff here and there, but these sympathy panels is a regular thing, and sometimes a bot tries to come into play. So maybe I will make you a mod. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
But anyway, Thank you to all of you. And again, shout to what is now a total of, over 100 people that are across the team and the galaxy and the league. So many predictions, numbers, comments, possibilities. People are like, Dominic eliminates Ray, setting up a career match at WrestleMania. I believe this will be a Rumble to remember with the surprise that just begun. Excited to unknown the women's superstars that will compete in a Rumble. I'm hoping Sami's not cut out of the Royal Rumble. Adrenaline in my soul. Hey, I know what that is. Down straight. Good job. WrestleMania 39 begins tonight. Owens versus Reigns will be match of the night. Mickey James and Zack Ryder return. Oh, that's a hot take. I'm ready for the night. Should be good. Let's get ready to Rumble. Should be a fantastic PLE. I need a match for the USA title. It's not a bad shout out. To my Panda Wrestling Company fam, good luck, but I'll be the one to win. We'll see, Cindy. That's if I don't eliminate you first. And among so many others with opinions and comments too. And thank you, RNG. Peace be with you as always. And folks, you want to know more about me? Know this, for I am just a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling, damn it! But I digress. So find me on Twitter, and YouTube at nfoster1916 for all things wrestling. Shout out, of course, to the entire HW family on Twitter. As always, I keep the forums, I keep prediction updates, I keep league updates live and ongoing at a constant, timely basis on my Twitter. So follow nfoster1916, follow the pin tweets to always know the forums and the latest updates per usual. But also, because I know some people have social media anxiety, and I don't blame you, you can find the prediction forums right here on my YouTube at nfoster1916 underneath the community tab on a regular basis. And again, predictions, you still can put them in, folks. You haven't already. They are not final until 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So get them in and get them finalized. As I alluded to shortly, Statboy James and I will be with a bunch of great others for a Jet Feature Never Difference Media live watch-along event for the Royal Rumble, and we'll have an open mic night session afterwards. As Chris politely alluded to, there is always something to predict and talk about in all things wrestling, and there's a bunch more city predicting panels coming up. So whether Statboy, Dwayne, or somebody else, if you enjoy the fun, the camaraderie, the conversation, want to be part of the entertainment, reach out to me, reach out to Chris. We love to have you on. Even if you're camera shy, we would just love to have your voice, your takes, because anybody could be a fan in all things wrestling. So stay tuned for city predicting panels on NXT Vengeance Day, the WWE Elimination Chamber, Impact Wrestling No Surrender, and of course the kickoff to the AEW League, AEW Revolution. These are just the next few city predicting events that are coming up on my simple YouTube channel. So if you want to be part of the fun, just let me know. Outside that, other content to come. I'll be working with James Keever probably on some stuff for WWE Productions, including maybe ADW Spark. There might be some more New Japan talk and coverage as we talk about the upcoming show with Keiji Muto that will have his last match with Tetsuya Naito. We also might look back at King of Pro Wrestling. Lord help us. Freaking Yano! We also might talk about Stardom and more stuff too, because I do love New Japan Pro Wrestling, Japanese strong style as well. But as always, I'd like to conclude, there are no winners, no losers, no betters. There are just fans with opinions for this passion we all share. So at the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too, and treasure your families, especially with events that happened most recently in the industry. And just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling. It's as simple as that. And with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. Hit the bell when this video goes live or on demand on this channel, and hit the subscribe button. Help me keep growing this fun YouTube community. Shout out to the 260 plus you that with me on this journey. It's not living anytime soon, as October marks my 5-year anniversary. For the entire community that is ready to rumble, for the panel here, Statboy, Jeff Chadwick, Dwayne Atkinson, Christopher Ross, Jay Huberside, 95, James Keebert, real name, and of course for Mark Griffith, who again, technical difficulties, but of course he's on the road with us as well. I thank all of you for tuning in as we get ready for, well, the countdown that's ahead and the buzzer to hit. So until next time, make a positive impact in life and have a good night. And enjoy the Rumble.
Let's get
And it's
ready
going to
to
be Cody.
rumble.